Evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Just decided to say heck with it and go live and see what happens. Here I am. It's good to see y'all. Welcome to the pilot episode of Watts World, episode 1. Sassy, B, Bunny. Yeah, weather was a little bit cooler and it rained most of the day here, so I didn't do a whole lot. Cleaned up the house, did laundry, did a little grocery shopping. Pretty much all the adulting things. Went ahead and got that out the way. Lady Smith, good evening. Yeah, I went live on the YouTube side of things a few times, but I guess you could say this is the first official StreamYard. So there you go. You're part of history. You don't even know it. Man, yeah, I know it was sunny and nice all this week. There was a couple days we got up to the low 80s, which I was definitely loving that. But from here to about the second week in April here where I live at, it's going to be roller coaster. It's going to be some really nice days, some cool, rainy, windy days till it kind of evens out. I think the last 2 or 3 nights, the lows were in the 60s, which is always a beautiful thing. Yeah, I think we got up to maybe 63, 64. Yeah, I see that. I see the winter has returned for some people. I see a bunch of people was getting affected by the nor'eastern. So I said, man, the winter's back. Simply Lee. Yeah. Once we make it through March, it's pretty much smooth sailing from my neck of the woods. Mm, yeah. Yeah, Sunday night and Monday, it's going to be definitely cooler here. I think we're only set for like maybe the high 40s, maybe 50s, low 50s. James, what's up, buddy? I hope all is well. But yeah, I didn't do a whole lot today. I did go through some more of my seeds and started planning out what I'm going to start planting. Some things I could have already started on, but I still got time. Yeah, no, B. I'm behind. I'm way behind. I got a game plan though, so that's good. This coming week, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything kick started and set up. I already got all my containers and everything cleaned out and set up. My heating pads, all my lights. Everything's good to go from last year's setup. Yeah, I've it's my first time going live on the StreamYards, but yeah, maybe do something I do more of. Who knows? You never know what's going on in Watts World. But yeah, get a bunch of tomatoes and some peppers started. Uh, things like that. Indy, I'm glad you can make it. Cheryl, good evening. Oh yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I don't run the heat a whole lot, but the room that I use to set up my seeds and everything, it stays a little bit cooler. So I hit them with those heating pads, and seems to do the trick for the most part. But yeah, like things like cucumbers and all that other stuff, I'll get going later. I'll just direct seed it. But like peppers and tomatoes, eggplant, certain things like that, yeah, I'll get them started a little bit earlier. I know some people here, they do some gardening. Anybody doing anything different or new with their gardens this year? Uh, New techniques, anything new you're growing for the first time, maybe? I appreciate that, Indy. Just kind of chit chatting about whatever, no particular topic in general. Yeah, I plan on doing some watermelons this year. Um, some smaller, short season varieties. I know sometimes with watermelons, if you want to do a bunch of them, you need the space to do it. You know, they can take up some space. But I got a few different. I think they call them short season varieties. I'm gonna try out this year. Give them a shot. Yeah, yeah, I do enjoy my container planting. Definitely on some things, it makes it easier. Uh, if you're limited on space, dirt, soil, whatever, or especially like in the South when it gets real hot, it makes it easier to move it. You know, when it gets too hot, you just move them in the shade for a little bit, and you're good to go. Yeah, I love asparagus. I've never grown it. Um, but yeah, do it. Grow as much as you can. I got a couple different varieties of peppers. Um, it's not a ghost pepper, but it's similar to the ghost pepper. I'm gonna try it. Um, I caught a couple new different varieties of cucumbers. I'm gonna try out this year. Um, but yeah, the same. I'm gonna just try to grow as much as I can. Yeah, containers work well. I've got a ton of Japanese. One of the Japanese restaurants I go to. I mean, as soon as I walk in, the owner remembers me. He said, "Hey, buddy, you want your usual, but uh, He gets the 5 gallon and the 3 gallon food grade containers, and every time I go there, I get a stack of them. So I've used a lot of them for certain things. I've used them on cucumbers, different tomatoes, different peppers. For the most part, they do pretty well. Oh yeah, now's a good time to look into stuff like that. Timers, water systems, anything that's you know you're getting ready to use for the spring and summer season. Yeah, while you got a little downtime, definitely check that type of stuff. Because sure enough, soon as spring hits, everybody that needed that part, they're going to be going for that same exact thing. A replacement or the new best thing, whatever it may be. Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely contact your local bakeries or any type of restaurants and stuff like that to use those type of containers. Yeah, contact them. Most of them just throw them away. The few places that I get containers from, I said, "Well, what did you do before I inquired about them?" And they said, "We just threw them away." So Lady D, good evening. Good to see you. I hope all is well. Just decided to go live and see what was up. No general topic in particular. Questions, comments, concerns, feel free to address them. Oh, yeah. The last time I went out to the flea market a couple weekends ago, there was a guy out back and he had a bunch of food grade buckets for sale. And about half of what he had was like old pickle buckets. They used to, I guess, ship or sell pickles in 5 gallon buckets. They were all green. And you can tell they were old pickle buckets because you could smell them before you even got over there. I say, yo, yeah, Firehouse Subs, yeah. Mary Freeland, good evening. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Yeah, yeah, I've seen different things used with the buckets, different stackable systems. Yeah, Mad Shad done snuck in here. Where's he at? Good to see you, Mad Shad. Greetings from the East Coast of Georgia, the Central Savannah, East Coast. Man, hopefully everybody up north is safe and secure from the nor'easter. I like some pretty rough, cold stuff up there. Yeah, I know for some of the people up north it'll be a while. Y'all still getting snow, so growing season is a little bit different up there if you're doing outside growing. Let's see here. Put the link out there and see what happens. Wow, 20 inches of snow. Mm. Yeah, we get 2 inches of snow here and it's over. They label it the snowpocalypse. Mm. That's totally that's totally understandable, you know? Proper preparation prevents poor performance, they say. Some would say. Yeah, the frost definitely freaks me out. To be honest, once it starts getting below 60 degrees, then it's kind of suspect, you know? You know something ain't right. Shoot, we got like the 4 or 5 inches a couple weeks ago during the snowpocalypse, man, and everything pretty much shut down for the week. It was like, man, day three, it's all melted and it's done rain, but people still scared to go back outside. I'm like, man, it's not a blizzard, you know, everything's gone. It's cold, but it's not frozen. I don't know. Think about it. Like I was at the grocery store earlier and I was just looking around, you know, people watching, and I'm like, which one of these people would you have to be trapped on an island with, you know? Would you trust one of these people? Start looking around. I'm like, I don't know. It was an interesting dynamic at the Kroger. Yeah, well, it was oddly mild winter for the most part, besides the Snowmageddon, you know. Besides Snowmageddon 2026, our yearly 2 day event seems to become an annual thing now. The annual snowpocalypse. Yeah, and you're all the way up there and you're just now getting snow, you know? It's definitely happening. I don't know, I'm weird like that, you know? Sometimes I ponder, B. I'm a ponderer. I'll admit that. Oh, it's generally not bad at most of the grocery stores around here. I mean, unless you go to Wally World, you know, and you're limited on the checkouts. But unless they call for like a freak weather storm or, uh, you know, hurricanes or something like that, most time people really don't freak out too much around here. Still haven't figured out what they did with all the toilet paper and the bread. You know? Oh, we get it all in one week. We went from what was it? I forget what the lows were the weekend we got the snow, but it went from being just a winter Georgia wonderland to the week later we was like 78 degrees within less than a week. You know, this time of the year it can kind of flip flop quick. Can't get too comfortable. You know what I mean? Exactly. Who did let the dogs out? I don't think they ever did find out who let the dogs out. We'll get to the bottom of it though eventually, the human. Teresa, Sharon J. Man, how about that? It's good to see all y'all. Hope all is well on this Saturday evening. Yeah, just decided to go live and say what the heck. See what's up. Welcome to Watts World. Cola. Man, we got all the legends in chat. What's going on here? Yeah, I'm like, really, how can you, right, Cheryl, like, how can you consume 10, 24 packs of toilet paper in 3 days of a snowmageddon? I don't know. Who are you supplying for? What are you supplying with? What's happening? What's going on in your life? Why do you need that much toilet paper? I don't know. G-Ma, good evening. I mean, things that I use on a regular and things that I use consistently on a lot of. I mean, I buy in bulk, but it's not like I go crazy with it. It's just me, so I mean, I keep enough put back for me. But yeah, good evening, anybody I missed. But yeah, somebody had asked about the 250 celebration. It just reminded me I didn't get a chance to take a picture or get a video of it. Eventually, I will. But we just wired up a house in Rennes, Georgia, which is about, I don't know, it isn't too far south of where I am, but it's a pretty historical city. From different parts in the 250 celebration from the Revolutionary War, um, Civil War, um, of course, different wars after that. But I did notice on the way to the house, they had up a marker, different markers they put up, and they weren't there before. So obviously, it was some type of marker in celebration of the 250. But at some point in this job, before it's done, I'm gonna stop and we'll see what's up. Somewhere out there with Watt Life coming soon. No, different states, counties, territories, wherever it varies. I guess depending on the part or the of his story that they play in the 250. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know if anybody was here for the bicentennial. Of course, I wasn't even thought of then, but you know, for whatever happens or whatever it's worth, we was part of the 250. I know, only a couple years. You know what I mean? You got me going live for the first time before you got a new Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean? That's how real it is now. That's how you know the multiverses are converging. Things are happening somewhere. You know? Who knows? Shoot, man. Mm-mm-mm. It has been cloudy all day. Couldn't imagine living somewhere it would be like this for like weeks or months. Man, you had to feel and see the sun at some point. Exactly. Multiverse traveling. You know, is it a reality? Is it a state of mind? Is it happening? Who's happening? You know, it's too much. I know they're having several 250 celebrations in and around my area. Um, they got some type of traveling exhibit set up at the local, one of the local history museums. I need to go out there and check it out. I think it runs through the middle of March, so I still got a little time. And of course, for the 4th of July, they got a big celebration. Of course, I don't know if any of y'all was around or seen any of the videos I posted from the last July 4th. All the people I talked to said it's gonna be bigger and better. So I said, all right, we'll see. We shall see. Uh-oh. See what's going on here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think she's still somewhere in the multiverse. Are you with us?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like,
Welcome. Welcome to the you are the first official guest of Watts World. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty honored. Thank you for having me.
It's an amazing thing. It can only happen once and you made it happen. Yeah.
I'm just glad you did this.
Well,
See,
I'm glad to hear you. I'm glad you're feeling somewhat better. I know you've been under the weather.
yeah, I'll have to keep muting because nobody wants to hear me coughing, but
That's fine. You know, just kind of
um,
do your thing. That's the pleasure of muting, you know?
I am just almost fever free.
Just imagine you're making a sandwich. You're like, man, why she eating all these sandwiches, man? She got her appetite back. She's back.
Thank you, Cheryl. No,
Yeah. I know but yeah, it's that time of season, you know. Seasons changing, weather's changing, you know what I mean? Things are pollinating, propagating, but battle
well,
through it. Been praying for you.
thank y'all. I appreciate it. This has been the flu from hell. And I know I shouldn't say that word, but it's true.
Garrett, Lily J. I've heard that. The few people that I've heard, and I've heard stories, it was like, man, this was the flu from hell, you know? I had a coworker, I think him and his whole family had it, and at some point, and I think they finally got it whooped or whatever, but it was kind of just, you know, similar to what you were describing and similar people that, you know, had it, like it was the flu from hell,
Yes.
allegedly.
That's my poor little granddaughter. She's the one that
Craig.
started first. She couldn't even eat anything and keep it down.
Mm.
Poor baby. But so you were talking about the 250th. I was the one that asked, what do y'all think about
I like it.
250th
It's
celebration?
interesting. It's an interesting part in time. I don't know if anybody here in chat was alive during the bicentennial. You know, of course I wasn't, but it's an interesting part of his story to be a part of, you know. You can say we're a part of it, whatever happens.
Was that 1976?
1976, yeah. And I
Yeah.
know it was meant to be because I just got two bicentennial quarters has changed today. So I knew something was changing, something was in the works.
Cool.
You know, what's the odds of getting two of them, Bunny, at the same time?
Yeah, we had a big celebration for the bicentennial. And But have you heard anything else about the Olympic game thing with the man and woman from each state?
Now, I haven't heard so much about that. I've heard I need to look more into it myself, you know what I mean? But I know there's one set up for like the one I did see was one set up for like children um from whatever it was from like an academia standpoint or from like a I don't know, an actual Olympic physical event standpoint, you know. I think they got that scheduled for like somewhere closer to the end of summer, um, beginning of fall. I know if you go to the official 250, I think it's 250 org website, they've got a whole calendar on there that you can click on and it shows all the events. It'll even show you when and where it's happening, you know. Um, so
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, I need to look at it again. Um, I haven't really looked around here.
but there have been events and things that's happening, you know, different um uh it's kind of like the thing that I do sometimes, you know, like today in history or on this day in history, a lot of different events happen in different cities, historical events for that place. You know, like I said, I've even seen here locally in the area 250 markers being put up and stuff like that. You know,
Oh, wow. Well, I haven't been out much. I was unpacking and then got hit, but I don't think that it's seeming like such a big deal around here. I don't know why, but I'll have to check it out this next week when I get
it's
out.
just 'cause America's so big. You know, each state played its role uh, different ways. You know, of course, you're going to see a lot more maybe events or things uh, closer to the East Coast, you know, because allegedly that's where it's all happened, you know, on the East Coast, you know, uh,
Yes,
mainly, you know, the original colonies, and then it kind of broke out from there. So, of course, that's where you're going to see a lot of your, um, I don't know, the first 100 years or so of like major events, you know, wars, battles, American Revolution, that type of stuff, you know, the
yes.
Paul Revere's, you know, stuff like
I'm,
that.
I'm
Uh,
hoping to get over there. I would love to see a reenactment.
have you ever seen one?
No. Do I have to
Really?
go to Alabama for that?
Oh shoot. I don't know. That might be the only thing that I would say Alabama could take the cake in is maybe the reenactment capital of the United States. I don't know. I don't think it's a thing, but I'll say it. I don't know. It's kind of everywhere. Especially I've been to a couple Civil War reenactments. That's pretty cool. You know, whatever your beliefs or stance on something like that, just to kind of see and reenactment. Of course, it doesn't give it full justice, but I mean, that's just kind of as close as you can get. You know, from that standpoint.
Yeah. And I know that they do a San Jacinto reenactment once a year. You know, I think it's in March too here.
I'll be right back, buddy.
Okay. Well, I wasn't prepared for that. Okay, who's in chat that I didn't say hello to? Lily, good to see you. Cola, Craig, Garrett. They do that out here in Oregon anyway. Oh, that's cool. Jersey Joe, good to see you. Who did I miss? Mary, good to see you. Vicky, I have missed all of y'all so much. I know. Where was I at last night? Mad Shads. I finally felt like being in a chat, and so I was saying hello to everybody that was there. Hey, Indy.
Man, I leave and the numbers rise. Man, thanks, Bunny. Man, check that out.
Whatever, they're starting to find you.
They still think I'm gone. They rose 2 more. Oh, huh.
Let's talk eggs. Oh, Craig. Craig's being naughty in your chat.
Nice. We're
You
still
know,
to be early in the year. You know what I mean? You can still do the naughty nice thing. It's got time to work itself out. You know, we just had Christmas, Valentine's Day. I mean, what else do you got to be good for? You know, what holiday? Well, dang, Easter's coming up. I take that back. I'm sorry.
you
You got to
might
get right.
you might want to make a couple of mods just in case. You know.
It's just a pilot episode. You know, we're just testing waters that have never been tested before. We've never stood in this river before.
Yes,
You know?
but you
I
did
went
it.
live before they made it back to the moon, Bunny. How about that? They sent a whole crew up, and then I went live before they even got there.
Yep. I know it sounds terrible, but I just don't know about all that.
What's that?
Going to the moon, going to Mars, going to wherever.
Could happen, Bunny. You better get your real estate on Mars now while it's cheap. You know, when people start buying it up.
I will. If I'm going up, there's only one reason.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't handle it. Even if it was possible or whatever type of way it could be, I don't know. Yeah, I'll take my chances here. If it's that bad, I'll just go to Alabama. You know,
Right?
just live out my days.
Is anyone claiming Israel and Ukraine as dependents?
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I need to find out a legally way to. I don't know. Single, no dependent, no kids. Yeah, shoot. They see that as they just got to have it all.
But we've all been supporting them.
It goes somewhere. Whatever piggy bank it goes to, it goes somewhere. I don't know.
That's one way to turn it around. Everyone start claiming anywhere the money is going as dependents. That's a really good idea, Mary.
Yeah, you get like a, I don't know, get like a 1% claimants fee. I don't know,
Right?
or 5%. All right, we'll settle for 10% right now. 10% for the big guy. It always works, right?
Right? And then add a one or
All right. Well, how
they
about this? If you
those
if you won $1 million right now, what would be the first thing you would buy?
buy.
Yeah. If you won $1 million cash money, $1 million, you just won it. What would be the first thing you would buy?
Man, I don't need anything. Probably more land to move more people onto. Make it like a
More land. That's always a good thing. They ain't making no more land.
yeah, especially
Where's the
for
land depot? Where's it at?
oh, tank. Okay, now you're talking.
See, he knows how to operate that type of stuff. You know what I mean? She's got like a CD3DL. You know what I mean? It covers everything.
Okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Definitely some more land. That would definitely be one thing for sure.
Yep. I think that, yeah, building communities. There you go.
All right, that's why she needs the tank because she can't drive. That way she's fully protected. You know what I mean? Like that one guy, I forget what his name was. I forget the particular situation, but he built like a whole. I don't know if he started with like some type of like bulldozer or something like that, but he armored it up and he just like drove around the town. He had enough. Remember that?
Yeah.
I forget when and where that was, but yeah, he drove like some type of armored vehicle. He said, "The heck with it."
Cheryl, you have fun roller skating. We'd be having
Oh
to wear
yeah, no,
pillows
I
wrapped all around our hips so we don't break one.
no, I'd watch it. You know, but yeah, I've tried my skating adventures, and I figured out that it wasn't for tall people. You know what I mean? That's why they have
Right.
certain body builds and certain things. You know, I guess that's why jockeys are small. You know, but no, I remember I was in fifth grade, and my buddy John Stark, he had a cool name. I said, "Damn, your name's John Stark." You know, I don't know. It just sounded like I don't know, like he was a Power Ranger or something. But anyway, his dad was in the military or something, so they moved a lot. So he was moving. I think he was moving somewhere to Texas. I can't quite remember where he was moving, but I think he did say Texas. I don't know. But anyway, they were having like his mom and dad threw a going away party at the skating rink. And it was called Stardust. It's not even there no more now. They tore it down. But we went in there and I was like, yeah, yeah. They asked me, have you ever skated before? Yeah, yeah. No, and I was lying. You know, I grew up in the country on dirt roads. Nobody had skates. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, how hard can it be? So looking around, found a pair of old skates that fit me that looked like they was from like the 70s, you know, 70s roller derby match. And I put them on, you know. At first it was kind of all right, you know, I'm holding on to the little rail, you know, start getting a little bit of speed. And here comes my other buddy, Jonathan. This joker comes whizzing by me on rollerblades, you know, not even skates, but rollerblades, doing tricks,
Yep.
standing up on one foot. I'm thinking, when the hell did this dude become a rollerblading pro? Like, where is he rollerblading at? You know, how is this even possible? And the whole confusion, all of that, boom. Next thing you know it, I'm taking off. Within 2 seconds, my feet is up in the air. I'm coming down in like a backed up. I don't know. It was the weirdest position. You know, I then got choke slammed. I self choke slammed myself onto the skating rink. I said, "To hell with that." That ended my skating career. It was all of about maybe 3 minutes.
Oh.
I said, "The heck with that." I just went and played video games and waited till it was cake time. You know.
Well, I did grow up close to a skating rink, so I got to do that. And so then when I got married, it was years later, we decided to take our husbands skating. And it was like that. He
Mm,
got there and his legs started flying everywhere. And he did the same thing. The heck with this. Got off the rink.
yeah, that ended my skating career. But I should have known that my buddy Jonathan Edmonds, he was going to be good with the skates because he was the kid that back in the day he had those shoes with the little wheels on it. Remember
Yeah.
those little wheelie shoes where they look like skater shoes, and then he hit the
You
little button on the side and the little wheel popped out and he's just zinging around.
and also the rollerblades were a thing on the sidewalks or skate parks, whatever. Um,
Yeah, he had access to that. He lived in the city. He had concrete and asphalt. He had
yeah.
one up on me, you know what I mean? Nah, he was cool. We were all cool. Yeah, that place ain't even there no more. Stardust roller rink. there was some kids I went to school with. They were into skating and stuff, and they go to like the all nighters and stuff like that, the lock ins or lockdowns, whatever it was called. But yeah, they eventually tore it down when they widened Bobby Jones Expressway. They tore it down to make room for that. Now it's just still just a you would have never even known it's there. It's just a big grassy lot.
Oh wow.
We got a couple other ones in the area. But yeah, that used to be like the main one back in the day. Back in my day, Bunny. Back in the 1900s. Huh?
So long ago.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to skateboarding too. I don't know who won Christmas. I'm pretty sure it was a Christmas. I don't think it was a birthday. No, I don't know. It might have been, but either way, somebody got me. I think it was somebody on my dad's side of the family. It had to have been. You know what I mean? But anyway, they got me a whole skateboard, the whole kit, the skateboard, the helmet, the elbow pads, the knee pads. The whole Tony Hawk starter kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, where the heck am I going to ride this at? And I asked my mom. I said, "You think I should ride it on the dirt?" She said, "No, don't ride it on the dirt. It'll probably mess it up." She said, "Just wait till you're gonna go over to your grandma's house in a little bit. You can ride it over there." So I'm like, "All right, shoot you." I'm amped up the whole time. I'm thinking nothing about this. The moment, I'm thinking about how it's gonna go down. Make a long story short, it did not go down how it was planned at all. At my grandma's house on my mom's side, she lived in a little cul-de-sac, so it was kind of safe. So
Mm.
I got a couple little I got a couple little test runs in the driveway. I felt pretty confident. Then I got up at the very top of the cul-de-sac. Man, I came full speed, and I was doing good. And I don't know what happened. The dog or something happened, and it threw off my concentration. And about that time, boom! I hit the manhole cover like right before you get to the end of the thing. Man, same instance as the skates. My feet went one way, the skateboard went the other way, and all I could think was, man, good thing I had all this protection because I was fixing to mess something up. I
Oh.
said, the heck with that. I never skateboard again after that.
And I would
No,
have thought you'd be the one going down the handrails and
oh no, I'm too big for that, Bunny. No, that's when I learned there that those type of activities are more for short people. I was better at other sports. Football, basketball, that type of stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Four wheeling, you know what I mean? Dirt bikes, that type of thing, that's cool. But no, that's why you don't see Ronald McDonald skating. You know what I mean? He's just too tall and his feet is too big. It don't work out well. It's too much that works against you from the beginning.
It's those shoes though.
I can ride a bike though. Yeah, I can ride a bike. I haven't rode one in a while, but I still think I can do it.
That's good exercise.
Oh yeah, I've been saying I was going to get me a bike for the longest. I seen a guy at the flea market. He had one for a good price, and he tried to convince me that it would work for my size. But I was like, "Nah, buddy. It's a good bike, and it's a good price, but it ain't gonna work for me, you know."
That's what scares me. My little granddaughter has a bicycle, and there is no way to go down off this hill on a bicycle. You'd be you'd be doing an ET across the valley.
Nice, heck yeah. Gee, that's a
No,
bonus you didn't know you had.
and I just keep praying she doesn't get near that driveway. 'Cause,
Well, put some. I don't know. I don't know the setting or scenario, but yeah.
oh, we're talking about putting a fence and a gate.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you can do that, yeah. Limit kids being able to get out and people staying out.
Yes, yeah, because that little man, he's gonna be something else. I can already tell.
And I think the fence guys, the roofing guys, and all them other guys, they done about kind of somewhat caught up after the storm.
Hmm.
Uh, I was just thinking, man, that's it's been nonstop. For those type of people.
That is something else. How long has it been? 2 years?
This this coming September the 27th will be 2 years exactly.
Okay.
Yep. This coming September, the end of September will be 2 years exactly since Helena.
Mm. Well, I hope that hurricane season doesn't start for a while.
Yeah, I hope the same. I hope everything stays somewhat calm.
Isn't it usually around the fall?
It can vary. If it's like a warmer summer or certain factors, you can see warmer waters later into the season, so you can see some later activity. But I think generally it runs from like the first or second week in June to like at some point in November, you know,
Okay.
and that timeline can like fluctuate. Um, but yeah, I gotta look it up. I gotta see I forgot what the names are this year.
Oh,
Let's
it
see
is.
what
So,
got a new album dropping in 2 months. Nice, Garrett. Shoot, they're definitely doing some mods. Shoot,
hmm
they're doing the mods you don't even need a wrench for. You know what I mean? It's like an all-in-one mod. You don't even need batteries; they're included.
yeah, I think Cheryl is getting snow right now.
Yeah, she's just getting winter. You know,
But it's funny how some of Washington is and some isn't.
it's a very diverse and interesting state. Some of those little mountain areas or little pockets. They kind of got their own little thing going on.
Well, yeah, that's true because up around DFW, North Texas, they're always getting all kinds of weather, tornadoes, snow, and we're down here like, what? We're getting nothing.
And like even at the coast, even if something don't like really make landfall, if it gets close enough, they're going to have some effects from it.
Yeah.
Some surges, maybe some flooding, definitely some rainfall or stuff like that. We shall see. Yeah, I had my money on Hurricane Karen last year and nothing happened. That was a real bust. Should have kept that $20. Dang.
You thought it was going to hit land?
Yeah, I mean, shoot. Once they name a possible Hurricane Karen, you know what I mean? I would think that would be something would be behind that one.
True.
Not so much. They tricked us. They pulled the switcheroo.
I don't know. Have they ever named one Hillary?
I'm sure, yeah, I think so. And of course, unfortunately, anytime there's like uh, anytime it's a bad one, they don't, of course, they don't use that name again. Like certain things uh, like a Sandy or like a like a Helena or like a Katrina. Once something like that happens on that type of level, they don't that name's retired. I guess you could say.
Yes,
They won't use it again.
thankfully.
There you go. 1971 Hurricane Hillary.
And
Dang. Yeah, they
she just
probably retired that one. They just retired that one regardless. They just said, no, we don't want to chance it. Don't want to put those odds out there.
Hmm.
Cat 2. Okay, if it's a Cat 2, then yeah, there's a chance it could pop back up.
That's true.
Now, if we get a Hurricane Hillary and a Bill in the same year, oh no. That's the year. That's the year it could possibly go down. Allegedly, that would just be that
We
would
will
give the
hear
internet and the meme warriors too much fuel.
we will hereby declare it the apocalypse.
Yeah, with no snow attached. That might be the first one for the South with no snow attached to it. Man, it's unprecedented. Yeah, he's going all the way to Alaska. To heck with it.
Now, my cousin keeps trying to get me to go up there, and there's just no way. No. She can't get nowhere because of the snow. She thinks she can till she had a wreck and messed her up pretty good.
Tennessee Ridge Runner. Good to see you, buddy. How long have they been living up there now?
Hey, Ridge Runner. Oh,
Terry
goodness.
Keene. Good evening. Man, what a surprise.
30 or 40 years. They love it.
You didn't
They
know I was going to see you here right now, did you? You didn't know that. Oh, they've been up there 30, 40 years. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever Alaska's got, they're used to it by now.
Yeah. They said they'll never live in the lower 48 again.
Oh, they're fully committed. They're full on Alaskanians.
Yep.
Nice. What's the warmest it gets up there in her area?
That's what's weird. They have some weird weather too, because it seems like not long ago, within the last few years, that it got up to 100 degrees up there.
Huh. I imagine it could happen. I know it sounds probably, think of Alaska, it's probably, but yeah, I imagine it could happen. I don't know how often or how rare.
It's rare. But
I mean, I remember the summer before last, I remember there was some parts in the summer before we really got into technically the dog days of summer here in the South. There was some parts of the North and even some parts of Canada that was showing temperatures maybe at our temperatures or maybe a little higher for that day.
yes, I remember seeing that too. Ridge Runner, Terry, good to see y'all.
Last year here, it was kind of mild for the most part as far as weather because we didn't have any hurricane activity, but we also really didn't have a lot of rain either. So I mean, good for not having storms, but bad for anything you're trying to grow that needs the water.
Yeah,
Gotta watch the water, Bunny. Gotta watch it.
that's why I'm trying the Hugo method and I'm going to try a few different ways and see what does the best. I'm experimenting again because I just moved up here on the hill. Even though I used to plant for my grandmother, the terrain is a little different now.
Wingnut, good to see you, buddy. I hope all is well.
Wingnut.
Yeah, definitely, got a little bit more space. You got room and resources to kind of play around with it and see where it works best for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you like to eat. You pretty much, I imagine, you know what you can grow for the most part. So just have at it.
Yeah. Next purchase is a chicken coop with
Nice.
a run. And
How many chickens you planning on getting? Or you don't know quite yet?
we'll have at least 6. We'll see if we get more, but
There you go.
for sure
Have you
6.
some fresh eggs?
Yep. I'd really like a milk cow. I was watching this 103-year-old woman, and she said when she was in her 60s, she was having trouble walking. She was on all these medications. She was just doing everything the doctors were telling her to do. And I'm not saying that this is a good thing, it's not medical advice.
Of
But
course.
she said, after going through all that, she just sat down one day and she said, well, if this is the way I'm going to go, this is the way I'm going to eat. She chose 4 foods. Her 4 foods are eggs, potatoes, hamburger, and milk. And she said, and not no store bought, heated, watered down milk, fresh milk, real butter to cook the eggs in. And she said that's what she had been living off of for 40 years. And she said, I could keel over tomorrow, I could keel over next week, but I'm still here. Her mind was totally intact.
How old did you say she was at the time?
103.
Oh, dang, 100. She made the Century Club. Man,
Yeah.
shoot, that's a feat in itself. 100 years of time. Mm. And to be in your right state of mind, if if it's in the cards for me to be 100 plus, I definitely would like to be in my right state of mind. Some type of memory recollection, be able to tell some story of some sort.
Yeah. That's what she said. Just pick your 4 foods. And she goes, people think it gets boring. And she said, there's too much to do to be bored. Just eat your meal and get on with your day. And don't worry about what you ate. Just eat it.
Golden. Good evening, Golden Sir. I hope all is well.
She really had a good attitude. Just,
Shoot. I always ate everything coming up. My mom cooked. She's still a good cook, but yeah, vegetables, whatever she made.
yeah.
It might be sometimes by the time you get to Wednesday or Thursday, she done maybe put a little bit of leftovers from each of the previous day and made a whole nother meal or something. And if you didn't see it happen, you wouldn't have known. Or, took a little bit of maybe a couple ears of corn that was left from one night, maybe some green beans from another, and some hamburger. And before you know it, you got a whole soup, like a beef
Mm,
stew or something.
yeah. That's what surprised me, that she doesn't eat any vegetables at all.
I don't know. I got to
But
have my veggies. I like them. My fruits and my vegetables.
she just goes simple and cheap. And but somehow, I swear she said she eats half a pound of hamburger.
A day?
See, and that's what I'm trying to remember if it was one meal or a day. And I thought,
No
man, I
telling.
couldn't even eat half a pound of hamburger in a meal. That's like,
Whatever, whatever works, people have different diets, different tolerances, you know,
yeah,
different allergies or whatever. But yeah, if you find something that works for you, yeah, definitely.
yeah. And that's what I figured from the way she was talking that she might have had multiple food allergies also. And uh, that's what happened with me. Once they start with the autoimmune stuff and
Yeah.
you know, something keeps changing in your immune system to different foods, even medications, and you find what works for you and just stick with it. That's why I do a lot of beef steak mostly because it has the most concentrated way of getting protein and iron.
I remember uh, my mom's dad, my granddad on her side, shoot, even into his later years, man, he would eat, I mean, he would eat throughout the day. But I mean, he was a tall man still. I mean, even into his late 80s, he was still over 6 foot, over 200 pounds,
Hmm.
but he just had a big appetite. Uh, and then it was like, I don't know, I always thought it was kind of wild. And like he'd go, like, so I'd go somewhere with him, and then like, I don't know, like we'd go to the flea market, and it used to be different owners back then that had the restaurant, but he knew the people, and he would always order a grilled hamburger patty on toast with a tomato and a piece of lettuce, and that was it. No condiments or nothing. I used to think in my mind, man, that has got to be. It looks good, but that's got to be a dry sandwich. I'm like, man, that was his thing. But
Yeah,
when it come to dinner, shoot, he'd have a full plate. He'd have a whole cucumber cut up. He'd have a whole bowl of cantaloupe. You know what I mean?
dang. That's uh I think it was last night. It's hard for me to remember what day's what. My daughter came up and she cooked me a steak and she brought the plate to me and it was full. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to eat very much of that. I cleaned that plate.
Nice.
And I said, oh my goodness.
That's
She said,
good. You got an appetite. You know what I mean? That's a good sign.
yes. And well, and she said, I knew you hadn't been eating right. Well,
Especially like if you ever not felt well for like a couple of days and not really much of an appetite, then when it finally breaks, you're just like, man, you could eat the whole house. There ain't enough food in this house for as hungry as I feel right now.
yep.
Shoot. I didn't go have my weekly Friday tacos last night, so I went and had them tonight. So that was my supper.
Oh, there you
Man, that's
go.
some good stuff.
Tacos are always good.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Chicken pot pie sounds really good too.
Oh yeah, chicken pot pie and biscuits. That does sound good. Yeah, type of cold, rainy season. Yeah, that'll
Yep.
stick with you. Definitely.
That's what I used to do with leftovers from turkey dinner. Leftover turkey, mashed potatoes, um, even the gravy. I would just put it all in there together, heat it up, add some peas and carrots,
Yeah,
and put it in pie shells and make a pot pie out of it.
nice.
Gosh,
Thanksgiving pot pie cornucopia.
it was so good. Because the potatoes would make like a thickener also, and
Yeah.
the girls never complained about that one.
I think my mom did something like that one year, but she did like it was kind of like it wasn't really like a turkey pot pie. It was more like a soup, but it was good though. She put like a kind of similar to what you said, different ingredients, different vegetables, some of the turkey, shredded turkey,
Yep.
you know, ended up being pretty good. Which if you didn't even know it was, stuff left over from Thanksgiving, you would just think it was,
Yeah. That's
whole meal just got whipped up, which it was, but I don't even think they do. I don't even think they do physical coupons anymore. It's all digital now, right? Nobody's clipping coupons anymore.
I. I don't know where to find them. I
Man, there was at one time, man, you would be like, man, there's too many advertisements. Why are they putting this many in the box? Now it's just like you just see the tumbleweeds when you open it, moths fly out.
Yeah.
It all went digital.
Carolina, somehow she's got it down. I don't know how she does it, but then
The
Roman
only ones I get is like the ones like different all the fast food places that I don't even eat. The different like buy something deal or get so many off the deal or the family bundle.
Yeah.
Heck, I don't ever use none of them things.
Well, so HEB, when you get your receipt
Good
from
night, G Montana.
they have coupons on the back of the receipt for different things.
Yeah.
But it's usually like so much off of the oil change, or it's usually something for other businesses.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be HEB always has a meal deal.
Yeah, I know some places or businesses do that. They'll have like a partnership where they'll kind of throw each other bones or shout each other out.
Yeah.
Expand business or share business that way. Like you said, it put so much off on the so and so oil change. Or the oil change place to have a sponsor. Hey, go to there.
And I think if you put the apps on your phone, you'll get some discounts or maybe coupons. I just don't do that.
They had this place that just opened up not too long ago. It's called what's it called? Chef something. Chef's Club or Chef Spot. It's kind of like a Costco or like a Sam's Club, but allegedly you don't have to have a membership for it. They offer the wholesale or bulk price, but I haven't went in there. But just from like their advertisements and stuff, of course, it's more directed for like people that's got like a business or a certain restaurant. I mean, I have seen deals just on their digital things. I've seen some stuff is a deal or certain sales, but I might have to go in there. Now, the one store they opened up, what was it called? The Fresh Take Market. Now, that was a good concept. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard of that or how far it branched out, but it's called the Fresh Take Market. And their whole concept is kind of like fresh, and they've got like fresh grills and stuff being grilled up in there at different times. I mean, all type of stuff going on. It's a pretty interesting concept. I like it. They built their establishment here. I don't know, maybe about 2 years ago, and it's just been they've seen nonstop business.
It sounds good.
Oh man, you done made it. Once Jeff B shows up in your chat, that's when you know you've made the YouTube more Olympians of the Panelversology. You know what I mean? I'm glad you can make it. You could have been anywhere right now, but you chose to be here at Watts World. I appreciate that. Bonnie, you're the honorary first ever guest here on Watts World. It's an amazing time. Amazing things are happening. I'm feeling positive. I really am.
Part of history.
It could be a blessing and a curse, you know? It could be both. I'll embrace both, you know? It's like carrying things, you know? You need one in both hands to kind of balance yourself out, you know? Kind of like that. You drop one of the buckets, who knows what happens? You may spill the other one too. Transmetals, nice. I think that is officially a thing. Some people would say, I don't know. But yeah, honorary. It's like an honorary thing, I guess you could say.
Transmetals. So is that like a cross between like copper and...
Could be. Could be like a transformer, whatever the transformers were made of, like an Optimus Prime, you know? Could be like an Optimus Prime or like a Bumblebee, you know? Could be whatever you want.
It's
oh, damn.
Identifying as...
Oh, yeah, it's a whole new thing. It's plastic identifying as metal now. I don't think we was prepared for that one. You know, they just eliminated glass all the way, you know?
What's happening Tuesday night?
Oh, it's going down, Bonnie. You didn't get the memo? Better cross-reference your emails. You got copied and pasted in all of them.
Looks like Cheryl didn't get it either.
Cheryl didn't get the memo? Oh, man. No, it's the, what is it, State of the Union?
Oh.
I think that's, Tuesday, the State of the Union address, the annual. Could be interesting. Who knows what could be said or what could happen, you know? I'm down for it. I might watch it. You know what I mean? Shit, the Georgia Bulldogs ain't playing. They gave us off till September. So who knows? You ain't gotta have Netflix to watch it, do you?
Wonder what the...
See, James, me and you was cool, man. You just had to say it was Beartown. You know? Still love you, brother. Yeah, the State of the Union address is Tuesday.
I'll be darned.
Nah, they'll have that on every network. Every network will cover that one. Hopefully the Olympics is done, because they'll cut that out. I did see where I think it's the men's final in hockey will be the United States versus Canada. That'd be an interesting battle. I think it takes place tomorrow, early tomorrow, around 8, between 8 and 9. I think that's Eastern Standard Time.
What is that?
The United States versus Canada in hockey. I think it's the final tomorrow. I did see where the women, the United States women, I think they won the gold. They finished their match, and I think the men play tomorrow morning.
Chicago Bears are no more.
Oh, man, the Chicago Bears are no more. Dang. RIP Chicago Bears, man. Now it's the Hammond, Indiana Bears. Man. Well,
One.
if you had your Jay Cutler jersey, I guess the price on that just went up, you know?
Right?
Yeah, I did see I did see an article. I didn't read it. The headline caught me. It was talking about the possibility of, I guess, the franchise Chicago Bears leaving the city.
Hmm.
So I guess that's the reference. Here's the Hardee's closed down the curve. Yeah, I think it was Hardee's and somewhere else. I don't know, dude.
Huh.
I w-
So go ahead.
no, go ahead. I you.
Well, speaking of parties and that that I know I'm gonna get the word wrong. I gotta look it up. Darn it.
Can't say that word here, buddy.
Can't say darn it. Sorry.
All right, we can allow it. We can allow that. Thought it was the other word.
It's that one that starts with a G.
Oh, that could be a lot of things. G. It's a very versatile letter. You don't realize it till you need to spell something. You know. And if you can do a cursive G, oh, you're like the grandmaster of wordology. But I know I know you got like Hardee's, the franchise, and then I think there's like the separate entity. What is it, like Carl's Jr.? Isn't that like a spinoff of Hardee's? Or no?
It could be. I don't know.
Now I know we have, there's several Hardee's in my area. Um, now I will say, I haven't ate at none of them in a long time, but the last time I did go to the Hardee's, it wasn't a bad product. You know what I mean? I wasn't overwhelmed by it. I don't even remember what I got at the time, but I wasn't really like disappointed. But I don't know.
Well, everybody told me that bad G word was in my Nella wafers, and it sure.
Oh, an ingredient. Oh, shit. Heck, I don't even know. I couldn't even guess on that one.
It's it's an ingredient in Roundup.
But there you go. I remember.
It's
I don't
not
remember
my.
what year it was, but I was like a kid, you know. But like back in my area back in the day, like back when I say back in the day, of course the 90s, you know what I mean? But we had Hardee's, but they were different. Their menu was a little different, and they sold fried chicken. You know what I mean? They sold fried chicken like Popeyes, KFC, everything. And then all all the Hardee's in the area, they all closed, and they were closed for a little while. And then in a lot of your buildings that were the Hardee's, Popeyes moved into them, and they had Popeyes chicken. And then it was like, I don't know how many years back. It's been within the last decade. Uh, they brought Hardee's back. Hardee's came back, and then Little Caesars. Little Caesars was a thing when I was a kid, and then it went away for a bunch of years, and then probably I don't know about the same time Hardee's came back, Little Caesars came back in the area, and I said, "What? They brought Little Caesars back?" Now I see them everywhere.
I have never eaten any of those.
Well, just let your imagination be that. You know, don't ruin the experience and think it could be more than you heard it's not going to be. But yeah. Oh, that's like they opened another Chick-fil-A in the area, and it's one of those Chick-fil-A's where it's drive-through only. But what it was, uh, I was like, dang, that's gonna be a great idea. It's already a bad intersection right on the exit to get on the I-20. It's like right on the I-20 exit. And man, that Thursday it opened. We had to go down that road because literally you could stand in the Chick-fil-A parking lot and see the electrical supply house that we shop at sometimes to go get electrical material. And man,
Mm.
it was a nightmare. You would have thought they was giving out stocks in Chick-fil-A or something. Man, they was lined up halfway down the road. I said, this is insane, just for the grand opening of the Chick-fil-A.
Hey, Jerry.
Jerry. Oh, it's definitely a party now. Jerry done found us.
Yep, Jerry found you.
Hope all is well.
Brew. Here's Brew.
Brew done crept in here. Oh man, the metaverses are aligning. Yeah, man, it's always something happening. They're threatening to build another water park in that area again. I guess that's kind of like a local thing people's talking about. They've been threatening to build another water park here for years, since I was a kid. We had one here, and anybody that's from the area has got a memory of it if they lived in that area. So, that's one of them things, I guess you could say. But it was Crystal River Water Park we had here, and it probably wasn't the best in the world. It was probably cheesy to really think about it now, but I mean, as a kid, it was awesome. But they closed it down, and ever since they closed it down, they keep threatening, yeah, we're going to build it over here, then we're going to build it over here. So now they got this new idea. They're going to build it in South Augusta. So we'll see what happens. I think they're going to do it because they've already allegedly approved some type of astronomical, groundbreaking, never happened before in the history of the city budget, and a big portion of that's directed towards water infrastructure and redirection. So it's leading my way. Either that's going to open the door for that, and or other possible things that could happen. Certain type of centers. You know, but who knows?
The only one I know of around us, and it's a pretty good ways away, is Schlitterbahn. And
Schlitterbahn.
yeah, and they have accidents there all the time. I guess they're too light when they hit that one curve. They just keep on going over.
Dead man's curve.
Yes. And yeah, you always see an ambulance there.
It didn't happen. I almost seen it happen to a buddy of mine doing that at the water park. There's one down in Statesboro, Georgia, probably like, I don't know, maybe an hour and some change south of me in Statesboro. But it's called Splash in the Burrow. But yeah, he did one of those things, and he didn't come all the way out. He kind of caught himself or corrected himself. I was thinking, oh man, that would have been nasty. But yeah, he was a little light. I mean, he couldn't have been maybe 130 pounds soaking wet. It was all he could to hang on.
Yeah, I don't know that I have enough behind me to hold me down.
Like, yep. Look at that, trying to be cool, trying to get a little running start. And then the last time I did go with me and friends of mine down to the Splash in the Burrow water park down there, we got all the way down there, and it wasn't supposed to be no rain or nothing. It was less than 10% chance. We was like, all right, we're good. We got down there, man, it wasn't even an hour we was in there. It seemed like we had just put our stuff in the locker and got in the pool. Man, we looked back and it looked like something out of a horror movie. Like half of the sky was one color, and I'm like, where did this come from? And then it started lightning, and it was like, oh, gotta close down. And then they gave us all like these little vouchers and stuff, and I was like, the next time you come back in, they gave us like a rain check. But yeah, I never went back after that.
that used to happen to us every time we'd take the boat to the lake. We'd be out there for a couple hours, and all of a sudden, here'd come a storm. And we knew we had to hurry back as fast as we could, taking the back roads, trying to get back. And it never failed when it was going to hit. And a lot of times it's tornadoes in that area. It's like a tornado alley. And there was this store, and I'd be, drop me and the kids off right here. If you want to keep going, you go, but we're staying right here. Because it was a rock building. It withstood everything. And we'd sit
right.
out there watching all this debris and stuff blowing across the windows. No way was I going to road.
Yeah, Jerry, I've been to Whitewater a few times. Yeah, we did that as a kid. We did the little slip and slide thing, but shoot, we didn't have the one from the store. We just had like an old tarp. You know what I mean? One of them old blue
Yes.
tarps. And just shoot, hose that sucker down. Shoot. I guess soap was cheap back then. We could afford to just throw a whole half gallon on it. I don't know. We just let loose.
Dishwashing liquid.
Oh man, we was moonwalking, Mars walking, slipping and sliding. Man.
Yep.
You thought we was at the Taj Mahal water park, you know what I mean? Had the little sprinkler going. Oh man. Shoot, she was mad as hell when the sun went down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, can't do this again till tomorrow. Hey.
I guess my ex-husband goes to swap meets, and somehow he gets those blow up things, brings them out to the kids.
Oh, like the inflatables, but with water?
Yeah, one of them has a pool at the bottom and then a slide that goes down. And
yeah, the kids love it.
Yeah, they have a blast.
I got a buddy I went to school with. That's one of the things he does kind of like as a hobby or like weekends or certain things. He's got years ago he bought into that inflatables thing. He got a bunch of different inflatables, some for kids, some for adults, some of them with like the water features like you said. And he's got him or a couple guys, or he's got a couple of the guys that, you know, can go set them up. You know, he ain't even got to be there if he don't have to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They'll set it up, blow it. But, yeah. It was a good investment for him, you know.
Yeah. Well, he must get them pretty cheap because he don't spend a lot of money. Not on.
Yeah. I don't know what type of market, you know, there's a market out there. You can find it, you know, for that type of, you know, transaction. But yeah, that's one of the things he does.
And a lot of people are probably just trying to get rid of stuff like that to.
That too. It's just not their thing no more, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe might not be the thing in their area or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like anything, certain things is tight. So you know what I mean. I imagine they have their seasons. Certain seasons it does better in. You know, maybe more. Imagine the winter months is kind of maybe down some. You see more activity. Maybe spring, summer, kids is out. Maybe people doing a little bit more or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Not maybe longer.
And having those nice warm days last week kind of just put everything into a little shock. Certain things is blooming. A bunch of flowers started blooming, I guess, from different flowers and stuff that I had last year that I saved from seed. Some of they fell on the ground where they were at, and they bloomed and started growing. And then the snowpocalypse hit. They were covered in snow. I thought they were done, and they're still thriving. They done bounced back. I don't even know.
Oh, awesome.
They still got the color and everything. I need to dig them up and repot them, but yeah, a lot of things. It's just I already see it in a lot of trees. They're starting to full back up. You can see the leaves and stuff are starting to transition.
Yeah. Yep. I told you, spring is coming.
Less than a month.
Yep.
What's today's date? Yep, less than a month. I think it's March the 20th.
I think it's the 21st.
There you go. Let it be so. I'll vote for that.
Daffodils showing here.
Yeah,
Cool.
I've been to the Six Flags in Atlanta a few times.
Do you
Hey,
like both?
bowling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I used to enjoy it. I haven't done it in years, but I remember like in high school sometimes, and then like some of my buddies, like right after high school, we would go bowling sometimes. And I ain't gonna never say I was really good at it, but I found like I guess I figured out what worked for me, what little bit I did of it. But I enjoyed it. It's fun.
I loved it.
We've got several bowling alleys in the area. Um, got one. We got a couple of them that's like around the city, and then out on Fort Gordon, the Army base. They got their own bowling alley, Gordon Lanes.
Yeah. We had one, it was about 25 miles away, and it closed up. And that's what we had a old grocery store. They built a new one, and they kept trying to figure out what to do with the building. And so I was there with the Girl Scouts, and we had a list. We want to see either a roller skating rink or a bowling alley or even a game room, with arcade games along the walls, pool
Something.
tables, or air hockey, you name
Oh
it.
yeah, I love a good air hockey match. I love it. It gets me
To
going. Oh
foosball.
man, you shouldn't even have said that, Bunny. Wish I had one now. Man,
I was,
that's probably
I
what
was
I'd buy if I had the million. I'd buy a whole arcade setup just for the
right.
hell of it.
I was the foosball. Yep, that was my game. But they wouldn't even listen to it. So they turned it into a community center. But when they said community center, and they said they were thinking about the kids, we thought like like you see in the big cities, kind of like a YMCA type community center.
Yeah,
That's not what it is. Not at all. Not even close.
yeah. I know we got like YMCA's and like what's the other one? The Boys and Girls Clubs. We got some of them around the area, um, for whatever purpose, or like after school stuff, or like I don't know. It's there,
Yeah.
but we got this one franchise that came a few years back, and they do pretty good business. It's called it's almost like an adult arcade. It's got everything. They serve full menu, alcohol, regular drinks, whatever. It's called Stars and Stripes. I looked it up. It's a franchise. I forget how many different franchises they have around the country or how far they go out, but they've got bowling in there, and it's pretty cool, I guess, in a way, because they've got like a whole bunch of regular lanes. Then, like, if it's like your birthday or you want to feel special or something, they got like the VIP lanes, where you got the little curtain around you. You're just in your own little,
Yeah.
thing. Nobody's bothering you. But the games are pretty cool. A lot of the games they have in there are like giant life size games. So they've got the giant life size Pac-Man. They've got like the little game that's always at the grocery store, the little claw game. They got the claw game there, but it's like a 10-foot glass enclosure. It's a toy
Okay.
sarcophagus that you got to contend with. You know what I mean? It's like cracking into King Tut's tomb. But it's a pretty cool. They got birthdays, they got laser tag in there.
Wow.
Yeah, you could go in there and throw some money in it. My buddy said he took him and I don't know how many kids he got. Him, his wife, I think 2 kids, and somebody else came along, and it can get a little pricey, of course, with anything. But it's pretty cool. It's good they got the option to do it.
Yeah. Oh, tetherball. I used to love tetherball.
Tetherball. There you go. The best place we had, in my opinion, as a kid, was a place called Planet Extreme, and it was cool because at the time it was the only place around here that had laser tag. Oh man, I loved it. That was fun. And they had everything in there. They had pizza, they had pool tables, they had all the games. And shoot, it eventually closed down. It was over behind the mall.
I've heard of laser tag, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's fun. It's like I don't know if all of them are the same. I imagine they are to some degree, but it's like it's a room you go in. It's pretty good size, and it's got like I guess like different not opticals, but obstacles, different like windows. Like if you was looking through or whatever. But when I did it, you put on this vest, and it's got these little receivers on your chest and on your back to symbolize that you've done got the laser hit you, and then attached to that is a little laser device, laser pistola, and it shoots out the laser. That's pretty cool. And at the end, it shows the score. Allegedly, whoever got the highest score, it shows you however many people was in there. It shows you how you ranked.
Huh. Have you ever done disc golf?
I have done disc golf. Yeah, disc golf. It's a pretty big thing in my area. I don't know how big it is everywhere, but it
It's
was
big.
I forget what division it was, but it was a division, and it was I don't know if it was Division 1, but it was a couple years back. They used to have the college national disc golf championships. They had that here for a couple years. I don't know what division of college it was, but yeah. My coworker, oh man, you talk about disc golf. Oh man, he's ready to quit everything he had to do for that day. He's down. You just got to say go, and he wants to play it. He loves it. He's got all the different discs, I guess the different weights and everything.
Hmm.
I'd enjoy it if I played it. I told him, I said, the next time when it gets nicer weather, I would like to go play. You know what I mean? And even like a lot of the local parks you go to, some of them have like little disc golf paths like around the edge of them and stuff. You play your little round of disc golf. Don't charge you nothing.
Yeah, that's cool. Oops.
I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was I don't know if I posted that video that I took. It was the same time I posted that interesting looking duck that came right up on me when I was at the park that day. And there were some younger guys that was playing disc golf. I don't know if I uploaded that video or not. I remember I took a video 'cause I thought one of them had hit a hole in one. I said, "Damn, that was pretty lucky. I caught that on camera, but it rolled back at the last second." I said, "Damn, hole in one."
Excuse me.
Good night, B.
Ugh.
I appreciate you being here. Buckle your seatbelts. It's a 48-hour marathon, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting started.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you didn't read the fine print?
Well, I've had enough sleep. I could probably do it.
Well, as long as you read everything, you know what I mean? I don't know. See, now it acts like it wants to rain again. It's starting to drizzle a little bit.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on tomorrow. They did have this event. I wanted to check out today, but I just said once it started, when I seen it was gonna rain and it was raining all day, I said the heck with it. It's what's it called? It's like a home and garden expo. It's kind of like that, but it's more than just. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I guess my idea of one of those things would be different, but it's cool. They got all type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of crafts, a lot of vendors and stuff. It's free
Well,
to the
how
public.
would be anything for in the home also, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds cool.
It's I forget what they call it. It might be the Augusta Home and Garden Expo. But yes, tomorrow's the last day. It took place Friday, today was Saturday, and then Sunday.
You have a lot of cool things that go on there.
Some
Living in
people
a
would say that.
bigger city area.
Yeah. Once it gets back officially spring, summer, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I go out and about and see some things, but I guess like most places, once people come out of hibernation, it gets a little bit more active again.
So, what is St. Patrick's Day like there?
Oh, it's a big, for the most part, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Even like down in Savannah, I think the St. Patrick's Day event in Savannah is the biggest St. Patrick's Day celebration outside of Boston on the East Coast.
Really?
But I believe so. I don't know if it still is, but at one time it still. I mean, it was. I remember for even now, every year people are like, man, I'm going down to Savannah. But even here in Augusta, it's always a big thing, for the most part. They have different events. I think they still have like a St. Patrick's Day parade. Um, the fountains downtown and stuff. They'll put the little dye in it to make them look like it's green. Uh, yeah, people celebrate it.
Hopefully.
I don't know. I don't really know about the daylight savings.
I
Oh, really?
personally would rather see it stay where we have longer days.
Well, we're springing forward.
That's what we're fixing to do.
Yeah, we're fixing to spring forward.
And so it needs to stay that way.
Why do they call it savings? We're fixing to get ready to allegedly lose a whole hour. You know what I mean?
Right. But
Well, this,
when they change it in the fall, the days are already getting shorter naturally. So why would you want it to get dark at 5 o'clock in the evening?
yeah, just think. I mean, in a couple months, shoot, the sun will just be sitting here for us. They're not that late, but yeah, Yeah, I'm seeing it here naturally transition here. I've been tracking it with the man. I know last night. I don't know. I'm a rambler. I could think about a lot of different things at a lot of different times. But last night, the moon, man, it was like I didn't when I seen it. Of course, each time when I see it like that, I don't bring my phone with me to take a good picture. But it was like it was perfectly positioned. Like I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it was interesting. But yeah, I'm already seeing it here now. It's already staying dark to like after 6 and stuff. You know, the sun's just getting set good, like around 6:30 or so. So it's naturally transitioning.
Yeah, brew, exactly. A
Green
lot of,
River soda. I haven't.
I've heard of that. And don't y'all make one of your rivers green?
I'm sure. I'm sure it's happening somewhere. I probably need to know about it, and I don't.
Yeah, I need to look up a lot of St. Patrick's Day stuff because I think that's about when we'll be.
What day is it? What day is St. Patrick's Day? I always forget.
It's
I know it's
around
in
the
March. I got it
17th.
narrowed down to the month.
Is it always on the 17th? I know it's around the 17th.
I don't know if it's one of them ones that moves or not. I don't think so. I think it's permanent.
Let me see.
The 17th, that sounds about right. I don't know. If I
Yep,
try to look it
it's,
up, it might knock me back to Tybee Island. I don't want to
it's
take
on
that
the
chance. Not on the first
17th.
episode. All right, always March the 17th. Mm. What day of the week is that? Is that a weekend?
It's a Tuesday this year.
Oh, man. You have Fat Tuesday in March, man. This is going to be unprecedented.
It's going to be a blast.
I don't know. But they'll probably have something here downtown the weekend before, probably. Some type of, I don't know, food truck venue or parade or something. I think they still do the St. Patrick's Parade.
I know I've heard marathons and
Nice.
all kinds of shenanigans going on.
It is. You got to see, like Mary said, you got to beware of the Ides of March. Then you got to deal with March Madness. You know what I mean? So we're
Yeah.
already almost at like the trifecta already, and we still got to get through February. The good thing is this year is not a leap year, so we don't have to factor that into the equations. You know what I mean? I don't think we get another one until 2028, so we're good.
Oh, the 15th.
Yeah.
All right. That's my D Day.
We just lost another second on the doomsday clock. Yeah, they do have stuff like that, like the green beers and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that here. All kinds of green drinks.
Oh yeah, the
Actually,
Shamrock Shakes. Yeah, they bring back the. That's like the one time of the year that you can pretty much have a good idea that the ice cream machine may be working at McDonald's. You know, because during St. Patrick's Day, they give you that. I haven't ate there in a while, but I always hear their ice cream machine's never working. You know,
this
something.
is this isn't leap year, is it? Is it?
Oh, I bet you they ain't selling Mac ribs and Shamrock Shakes at the same time. There's no way they could have that level of productivity going on at the same time. You get some researchers on that. There's no way possible that's happening. I forget the exact, right off the top of the head, the specifics of the leap year. but it kind of balances out with I'm thinking like I don't want to misquote it at this moment, but like the kind of like a cycle in a way. And I think it dates back to all the way back to like Julius Caesar times, you know. I think that's where we got the Julian calendar from, if I'm not mistaken.
I was
At
going to
one
say
point,
when they changed the calendar, probably.
I think a lot of your places were under the Julian calendar at one point. And then a lot of them switched to I think what we now know as like the Gregorian calendar. And I think in America as we know it, I think that switch happened somewhere in the mid to late 1700s. I can't remember the specific year, but I want to say the mid to late 1700s. I want to say is when that switch happened. It might have been the early 1700s, but 1700s still the same. And then that happened, and I think when that happened for us in America, I want to say I don't want to misquote it, so I'm just going to say allegedly, but I think it was allegedly like around 10 days or maybe 2 weeks we lost. You know, just to say allegedly it happened on the first, so we went to sleep on the first, and boom, we woke up the next day, and by their technicalities, it was the 15th, you know, or the 10th or the 13th, whatever the skip was.
Good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way you can do a two menu item upgrade at the same time at the Mickey D's. You know what I mean? Nah. You get the large fry and the Diet not Diet Doctor, but Diet Coke. I don't know. You may like the Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't know. I've never really been down with the Dr. Pepper.
No,
Too much pepper. Too much pepper, really.
it's that pruny taste. I don't know what it is. I never did like Dr. Pepper.
23
This,
flavors, you know. You don't know what they are. You just don't really want to know now. Dang, why do you need to put that many flavors in a 12-ounce can? You know?
my kids love Dr. Pepper. I just,
You know, at that point with 23 different flavors in there, you're like only a couple away from like making a Four Loko. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
I used to call that a suicide.
That's what I'm saying. You know
When
what I
you,
mean? Yeah. Now, me personally, I wasn't never that kid, but yeah, I know kids, yeah, they would go up there and get a little bit of every flavor. And I'm like, man,
mm-hmm.
I'm like, nah, I can get one, you know? I did do that thing one time when somebody was like, if you mix, what did they say? If you mix Coca-Cola and Sprite, it tastes like ginger ale or something. And I did try that. And I mean, I guess if you had the right ratio, whatever the ratio was, but I pretty much just ruined the whole combination. I wasn't really too pleased with it.
No, I have mixed Big Red with either Sprite or Coke. Just a squirt of Big Red.
Oh, damn. You was living on the edge that day. You was going through some things.
And it's not too bad.
No,
Just gives it a little.
I think I still see Big Red. I think that's still a thing.
It is here. When my cousin comes from Alaska, she loads up. She takes, I don't know how many cases back with her because they don't have Big Red in Alaska.
Yeah, yeah. That's a Texas soda, right?
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I know it's like you can get it in a lot of different places, but I thought it might have been like I didn't know where it was created.
Do y'all get Big Red?
Pretty sure. Or like, heck, my buddy had a can the other day, and I said, "Dang, man, you drinking a beer?" He said, "Oh man, this ain't no beer." And I looked at the can, and it was a what the heck was he drinking? A Crown Royal cherry. And I said, damn, I didn't even know they made cherry Crown Royal or RC, you know?
Yeah.
Well, not Crown Royal, but yeah, I said it back. Not the liquor. Yeah, it wasn't the liquor. It was the soda, the RC soda, Royal
RC.
Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. Oof. And too much in one can. But yeah, he had the RC cherry flavored. And I didn't even know they made a cherry flavored RC.
They don't have Big Red in Jersey, I guess.
I know
Jersey.
I've seen it.
Huh. Or maybe I should take some traveling with me and make some
There
money.
you go. Just have you just shots of Big Red. You know what I mean? Shoot. He was so big and bad they named a drink after him. You know, and that's all you can handle is a shot. Shot'll do you. Shoot. My great grandma was tough like that. She was like a moonshine shot a day will do you, you know. She was like that type of stuff. I got to meet her as a kid, but I remember I was a kid when she passed, but I still remember. But like the one thing I can remember is I remember her sitting in a chair and she had she was tough now. She had the can of snuff. Oh, she'd have her little cinnamon stick and she'd get her little bit, you know. I said, man. And she'd go in the kitchen and I went and got in the can and smelled that stuff. I said, oh, that stuff smells horrible. You know what I mean? It's the toughest woman I ever met. You know? You ain't even you ain't even smoking a cigarette. You just chewing it.
Yep, she's tough. I tried it when I was in school. Well, when you're sitting there watching it roll up and down the bus aisle, it's like try it or die. But yeah, I puked all the way home.
I remember when I was in like well, by the time we made it to high school, some of them was already, well, heck, even in middle school, some of them probably was, but some of the boys, they would get their dad's old can of tobacco or whatever, and they would like put it in their back pocket and like iron it or rub it a bunch of times to make it look like they had that ring, you know, like that worn
Yes,
ring.
Copenhagen ring.
Yeah, they made that little. They was well, not everybody, but some of the guys they was doing that. You know, it was, I guess, a trend.
Yep, you'll see that around here with the cowboys
So
on their
man,
Wranglers. That's
hey, you would you fake
permanent.
Copenhagen, man. You ain't even the real Copenhagen. You doing that skull, man. Damn, I didn't know you was a skull man.
Cinnamon is good for you.
Oh yeah, I like the cinnamon. I ain't
My
against
mother
it.
used to get those cinnamon toothpicks. I don't know if
What's,
you've ever seen those.
what's
And
that?
they're just cinnamon flavored toothpicks, and you just suck
Yeah, I've
on them.
seen them before. Yeah, and they had one. It was the worst though. I don't know what it was. It was, man. It might have been I don't know. It was some type of mint, but it was like a toothpick like that. And heck, I didn't know that it was flavored. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
popped that joker in there, and I'm like, man, I don't know. It was the worst. I don't know if it was a bad batch or maybe it was just me, but I'm thinking, man, this is too much mint. You know, this is too much mint on this little toothpick. Like you're smoking a menthol, you know? Like, dang,
Yeah.
did give you a little boost afterwards, though, you know? I need to get my lucky 8 ball out and shake it and see what it says. 12 for 12 today. I was a little leery about going 13 for 13. I didn't want to chance it, you know?
12 for 12.
All right, I got a question for you or anybody. If you could live in any fantasy world that you could think of, maybe a show, a movie, whatever, what fantasy world would that be if that was an option? What realm
Oh,
would you choose? Oh, I love the gum with the zebra. The zebra gum. Oh yeah, that was a childhood memory. Yeah, with the little lickable tattoos. Yeah. Thought you was a member of Hell's Angels or somebody, you know what I mean? Yeah, zebra gum.
for me, it'd be, I keep thinking it's got to be where the Loch Ness Monster is, where
Where is
all
that
the
in
and
Scotland?
fairies.
Okay. Be out there with the Loch Ness monster and the fairies.
Leprechauns.
I could see that. Maybe like a Scottish or Ireland vibe.
Yeah. Little lights fluttering around all over the place. That'd be kind of cool. And the
Know which realm
clothes.
I'd pick.
I'd want those Renaissance looking clothes. Yeah.
In Loch Ness, yeah, I think you're right. The place is called Loch Ness.
Yep. So is that Ireland or Scotland?
I think that's Scotland, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss geographic appropriate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm. 1940s and 50s. Yeah, that was a interesting era.
Right.
It was a different. It was like kind of like I guess a transition. You know, almost like a transition. Whenever color TV became a thing. I forget when
Very.
that officially was. Was that in the 50s or the 60s?
What?
Color TV. When did it officially become a thing? I mean, I
Oh,
know
I
some
don't.
people still had colorless TV, but I don't know when it became a thing. You know,
I don't either. Uh,
I
somebody
think at
here.
one point as a kid, I probably thought that the world was just in black and white, and it's just something happened, and boom, like the Wizard of Oz, we got color now. Look at this. It's a
I don't
wonderful
remember
world.
color. I don't. I mean, there were still black and white movies, but I just
I would have
remember.
to say maybe the 60s because I remember seeing like a lot of throwbacks of like certain like game shows or stuff, you know, the colorful era.
Yeah.
When everything had color, you ever seen like the memes and stuff where they show like little flashback images of, like when cars and stuff were different colors and now everything's like this grayish different color, you know, or something.
Yeah. It's funny whenever they take a black and white movie and try to add color to it. It just didn't look quite right.
It's starting to come rain again. Well, like that one movie, I think it was called it started out like in black and white, but eventually it started like having color. I think it was called Pleasantville. You remember that movie?
I
I think it was
don't.
I think it was called Pleasantville. I can't remember the plot or the about the story, but yeah, I think it started out in like black and white. And I think maybe the guy character, or like the woman main character, they like had a vision or something of something more than this, and then something happened, and then it slowly things just started having color. Pleasant. I need to go back and watch that movie. I remember watching it as a kid whenever it came out, like in the '90s, and thinking, man, you watch it now, you'll notice all type of stuff. You know, like
Yeah.
holy shit, I didn't even know that was even happening. Man, that's happening now. You know,
It looks like others have seen it.
the rain isn't too loud, is it?
No,
Well, it sounds kind of pleasant here. I don't know how it sounds through the microphone.
I don't even hear it. When you
All right.
asked that, it kind of went for a second, but didn't. It's like you shut the door.
I'm sitting outside underneath the lean-to
Oh, okay.
because, shoot, after it rained, it felt like it went up about 10 degrees. I know it probably didn't actually, but it felt like it. And I thought the rain was done, but now it's kind of, I don't know, a little drizzle, I guess.
Well, that's what makes all the flowers bloom.
Yeah, I know. It's happening. I need to resituate some of my strawberries. I need to separate them and get them spread out with some different arrangements. They're doing good, but I just need to separate them, give them a little bit more good area.
There you go. I haven't tried strawberries yet.
I think there's different. Uh, I don't forget the exact word. Like different varieties. I
Hmm.
think for like the most part, there's like kind of like two types. You got like the uh summer bearing, or like I think some people call them June bearing strawberries, and then you have another variety that's like what do you call it, all year round. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh, that particular plant will thrive all year round. Uh, but yeah, definitely, I think they would do well in your area for sure. If you like them, if you like strawberries, yeah, definitely give it a shot. You know, you don't need a whole lot of space with them. You know, just a little TLC. You have your strawberry shortcake before you know it.
that's what I need to get my daughter started on. If she can grow strawberries, then she'll be,
There
oh,
you go.
because she thinks that anything she touches dies. And I just need to get her started. For Valentine's Day, she made chocolate covered strawberries, and they were just beautiful.
Mm,
She
I
was
love a
like,
chocolate covered strawberry.
I'm really proud of these. I could be selling these. And I said, yes, you could.
Yeah, I like them without chocolate, but yeah, I have had good chocolate covered strawberries before. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had some one time. They were like infused, like they had to before they before the lady dipped them in the chocolate or whatever, did the thing, like she put the little core in it and put like a little it wasn't just all cream cheese, it was cream cheese and something. It was almost kind of like a cheesecake blend, I guess, you know. To put that in it. Oh man, that was good.
Yeah. I think she did some chocolate covered bananas too.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I've had those before, yeah.
Yeah. Way back when I worked at Dairy Queen, all the, uh, oh, I don't know what you call them, anything on a stick, we made them handmade. And chocolate covered bananas was one of them on a stick. Can't remember what they called it.
I don't know. I remember one of my buddies, sometimes in the summer, if we was at his house, sometimes his mom would make that. I forget what she called it, but it was all it was just like a banana on a like a popsicle stick with dark chocolate, but then she would like put them in the freezer, so it was like a popsicle. You know what I mean? So in the summertime, it was like, heck yeah, this is like the perfect treat. You know,
Yeah, always frozen.
it gives you like a little boost. You know, you need the potassium and stuff anyways in the summer. So I'm like,
Yep.
heck yeah, man, I didn't even know this thing existed before now.
Go back home, mama, mama,
Yeah.
get this.
But yeah, his mom was like, would make that type of stuff, or like she was making that stuff back then, like different type of smoothies and fruit smoothies and different stuff. She
Hmm.
made us a couple like different fruit smoothies back then. It was pretty good. It's
Yeah.
refreshing, you know, especially like shoot. You'd be surprised how much water you can get like out of just watermelon, you know, slicing
Oh,
up some watermelon and then some other fruit and just blending it up. Welcome to the non-tent content show, the show about absolutely nothing and everything all in the same. Everything that couldn't happen is happening and may still happen. Who knows?
evergreen strawberry. Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah, yeah. There was it was an orange variety. I can't remember what it was called, but we got like this local nursery market slash deal, and when they're in season, I remember it was last year I went up there and they have samples on certain things in there that you can try, you know, before you buy it. And it was they had a red one, a yellow one, and an orange one, and they were all good. But man, it was just something about that orange one, and it was a good watermelon. I ended up getting one, but
Yeah.
forget the variety or what type it was. But yeah,
Yeah, my grandmother used to grow different kinds. And honeydew melons. Oh my goodness. Have you ever had a honeydew melon?
oh yeah, I love all the melons,
Yep.
honeydews, cantaloupes, watermelons. Yeah, it's all I could think of. But yeah, there ain't too many fruits or stuff like that that I tried I didn't like. You know, just a
Yeah.
good one.
Golden. I just remember my grandmother, the melons had to be on a mound for some reason.
Yeah, stuff like that. You want it to be on a mound, like vining type stuff. You know, keeps
Yep.
it a little bit elevated. Yeah, definitely. Strawberries, you can do the same type of way when you do them.
Hmm.
They love that same type of concept. That way they can kind of vine down and do their thing. I may even experiment this year. I got all these containers and stuff. I got different watermelon seeds. I may just put one in a 5 gallon bucket and see how well it'll do. You know, I know it'll only produce one, but just see how well it'll do as an
Yeah.
experiment. Might do a couple. That way I can have something to compare it to, you know, see which one does better.
I think every single plant I had died from the ice. And I had them covered. I had them on the south end. I, I did everything I could to keep them protected, but that ice was so heavy and it wouldn't melt. And I don't see any green whatsoever out there. I'm going to try and go look around tomorrow and see what's up. I'm going to just cry if I lost it all.
Mm.
Just have to go to Georgia and start digging.
What are we digging for?
All the plants that I had. Well, the pineapples, I can start here again. Pineapples are really easy.
Shoot, get you a hold of some passion flowers,
Oh,
passion
God.
fruit. That'll do well in your area.
I would love to have some passion fruit.
Oh, you could have you a whole, and they do well. They're drought tolerant. They do well pretty much. I mean, they grow wild around here, and the flowers are beautiful. They look like this exotic. I don't know how to describe it.
A
And then the
little,
fruit, you can eat the fruit. The fruit are edible.
yeah.
Maypops. We always call them maypops because in our area they usually start getting ready to eat around May.
Hmm.
Late April, sometime around May, somewhere around in there.
So why are they called passion fruit?
They're just uh, a variety of the passion fruit. I forget the specific kind of breakdown. There's different ones, different I guess species in the passion fruit family,
Hmm.
and I forget the name of the specific one, but yeah, like I said, it pretty much grows wild around here. Spring and summer, you'll see it in the woods or like around different areas, It ain't nothing to see it. But you can buy the seeds and grow them, and I mean, they thrive well.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll grow up. It'll grow up if you plant several like under a trellis. It'll grow up the whole trellis like ivy. The whole trellis will just be nothing but that.
That's what I need to do. Take bluebonnet seeds on the trip and drop them. Each
There you
state,
go.
each state I go through, you're gonna have some bluebonnets.
There you
Get
go.
some
What if there's a name for
bluebonnets.
that? Like something gardening. Just throw some seeds somewhere. Hey, it worked for Johnny Appleseed. You know what I mean? People still talking about that guy,
Right?
Johnny the Appleseed Slinger. This is unheard of. It's never a bad time. But the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. But the next best time is now. It's like it wasn't too long ago. I rode past down a road I hadn't rode down in a while. Back where I used to grow up as a kid. And this one particular patch. I remember as a kid when they tore out that whole little patch and planted they planted the new pine trees. And to ride past there now and to see them same trees is like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just something that kind of stuck with me.
Wait.
Like, like they're even during like Helena, during the cleanup and all that stuff, seeing trees that's down and you're counting the rings and you lose count and you're like, man, this tree has been here longer than I've been here.
Yeah. That's that one that went down in the tornado. It was it was humongous oak tree.
The passion fruit pods that grow in my area, I don't know if you could really say they taste like something. It's almost kind of like a sweet kind of, I don't know how to describe it, kind of like it probably ain't going to sound appetizing, but almost maybe like a citrusy banana mango kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's sweet. Um, Around here, once you see once they fall off of the vine, once the pods fall off the vine, then you know they're ready. mean, you can pick them straight off the vine and let them sit for a little while, but usually right when they fall off of the vine, they're good and ready to eat.
You only get arrested if you pick a bluebonnet once it's grown.
There you go. Let it be so. Like a whole field of sunflowers, you know.
Oh, I love sunflowers.
Yeah, there's places around here. I guess they grow them to harvest the seeds or whatever they do, but it's like you can pretty much bank on it every year. That field's going to have sunflowers in it, you know. I grew
Yeah.
some last year. I don't know if you remember. I grew some. I didn't grow any of the bigger ones. I grew some different dwarf varieties, you know, just to see how they would do, and they did
Yeah.
well.
Well, there's a place here in Texas. I think it's called Wildflower Farms, and they have a website, and any kind of Texas wildflowers you can order from them, and they ship all over the world.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to have access to them different type of places,
Yeah.
especially if you got access to get like anything that may be native, you know, native flowers, native plants, you know, whatever is native to your different regions.
Yeah. Once in a while, I get to go down that highway, and they have it's this huge farm, and they have fields, and they'll do different crops throughout the year. And sometime you'll go by there, and it's the field is just full of poppies, red poppies all over it, just a sea of red. And then the next time it's a sea of purple. I don't know what it is. and and then the next farm over will be just solid yellow something, and it's always so pretty whatever they put out there.
Yeah, there's I forget, there's this one type of clover. I guess they all got their own look, but there's this one type of clover that gives off this pretty cool little different color to it. I don't know if the people still grow it, but sometimes they would put it out and then it wasn't nothing but really like a little cover crop, you know, to get ready for the next season. But
Yeah.
it was always cool to ride past and just see that field just all one color like that.
Some states are real picky about putting anything in or taking anything. Well,
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah.
the only reason it's against a lot of pick a bluebonnet is because it's a state flower. Anything else, the Indian paintbrushes,
Oh, I love those. Those are beautiful flowers. Yeah.
the wine cups.
There's another one. It's something blanket.
Yeah.
I got some of those seeds.
Is it
I
an
didn't plant any. I got them last year. I need to try them out. What you call Mexican blanket flower or something blanket flower?
yeah, I
And
know
how it
what you,
described it, it looked like the different colors, almost like you would see like on one of those type of uh, garments, you know, like and you would see like I guess in Texas or in the the West
yeah,
maybe.
Southwest colors.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what my kitchen canisters. are the Southwest colors, all like they're striped all the way up and down, different colors. Cool looking.
Mm.
But this house is all gray. Somebody said something about slate gray everything. And that's when my daughter came in yesterday. I guess that's when you could tell I was starting to feel better because I was getting really cranky being stuck in here again right after the ice thing. And it's just been, and you're just looking at everything gray, every single
That's what I'm
thing.
saying. Yeah. How many shades of gray does a person really need, you know?
The cabinets are gray, the walls are all gray throughout one end of the house to the other.
They try to tell us, Bunny, Grey's Anatomy, 50 Shades of Grey. You know what I mean? They've been trying to tell us
I don't like it.
gray is the new rainbow. Just have to deal with it.
No, it's depressing.
Less is the new more.
So I've been sitting here and I was like, okay, I need curtains. And so I ordered curtains to put
Well,
some
just wait till
color.
they announce that to save money on the new budget, we're going to transition back to colorless TV. You know, we're going to save $10 million a quarter by switching back to colorless TV.
That wouldn't even bother me.
It just everything will be great. You know.
It's just you don't want it all around you. It's like you're in a prison.
Yeah, or like I guess like maybe like you hear like in the cities or something one time. You know, the concrete jungle. You know,
Yes, yes, exactly.
kind of like a state of mind now. It's no longer a place. There you go. I think beige is still okay. I think, you know,
Yeah, my other house was all beige, and
I think it
that
still
didn't
might be
bother.
a thing. Who knows?
Yeah,
Don't
well,
want to
that
tick
didn't
off the color police. Don't want
because
Bob Ross coming after you.
because I did it like a beach house, and so I just thought of the beige like that's the sand, and so everything was beachy, and it was okay. But gray, what the heck do you do with gray? So I'm like, I'm gonna be painting. I know I'm gonna be painting some walls.
That's like the friends of the family. They got the lake house up there at the lake. Man, it's like it's a beautiful house, beautiful location, you know, but pretty much everything inside it just looks like that. If you can imagine, maybe I guess that late '80s, maybe early to mid '90s, like beach house lake look. You know, it still has that. Heck, up until just the last couple of years, they still had the old TVs. Within the last couple of years, they finally then got modernized. They got a few new appliances and stuff, you know. But shoot, they don't care. That's just their lake house. But it's like a time capsule with like just pictures and like certain furnitures and stuff that nobody ever sits on.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's happening. It is happening.
Yeah, and did I show you the sofa? So I pick out the sofa and I go to the store to pick it up or to make sure that that's what I want. Sit on it. It's gray. And I said, no, this can't be. So I walked around and kept looking. And the one that I chose, you could either get it in gray or blue. And I was like, blue, please. And so the throws on it are yellow. And then I have a solid white one. And then I have an Afghan that I made that it has it has like turquoise and coral, white. It's got all different colors in it.
Dang. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I could hang tapestries. I do have a round blue and white one. It's pretty cool looking. This is going to be looking like a hippie house or something. I think they call it boho. Is that the new word?
No, I can't keep track anymore, Bunny. You know what I mean? I don't know. There you go. Yeah, I know we did this house for these people, and we was trimming it out. They hired this lady. I guess she was like a interior designer, I guess. And man, I know they was paying her some money because man, she was doing everything. You know what I mean? Getting the front, man, she was getting everything, all the whatnots, the pictures, everything. I said, hey, I don't know.
True.
Some could say that, some couldn't say it. Who knows?
Excuse me.
Saw something about, I don't know if it's here in the States, but in the midst of doing laundry, I had the evening news on, and I saw something about a lunar eclipse. I think it was what, the 3rd of March? I don't know why I just thought about that now. I don't know if that was here in the States or not. Max Vision, good to see you, buddy. I hope all is well up there in Canada. See, look at there, Bonnie. First broadcast, we're already crossing boundaries. We're reaching in Canada. You know what I
Oh.
mean? It's our Canadian correspondent.
Canada. You need to look up Goldie in Canada and vote.
Oh, he's on it. He knows all the happenings up there.
Where
It's
did
like
I
down
put?
here, it's almost too much to regulate sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I think I put the link in Mad Chads last night, and um, because he asked the question, where
What
I
was the
feel.
question?
Well, I said it's ridiculous, and he said why, and then I put that link, and I said they just want out from under a commie government. I didn't just say that out loud, but
This is absolutely absurd. This is, man,
so anyway, Canadians for some reason are able to vote for or sign a petition or something that has to do with Iran's leadership. And
yeah.
the channel is Goldie something. I know it's Goldie.
It's golden. It's the golden dawn, Bonnie. Everything's golden now.
Everything's golden
Just have
now.
to accept it, you know? This is the golden dawn.
Okay, it could be worse, I guess. I guess I could be surrounded by gold, and then I would be just going nuts too.
Yeah, you
But
can have the Midas touch, you know?
no,
You can have a little bit of gold. You don't want to have too much, you know? You got to regulate your gold intake, you know?
I
You
don't
want to
want
have
any
too
gold.
much of that stuff. Direct threat to democracy. See, even golden is golden. See what I'm saying? It's trending. It's like top 100 X trending topics right now.
Well, she goes right along with the Golden Dome and the
Well, it's like the Mad Max Thunderdome. It's like old school WCW Thunderdome.
yeah, I saw something about the ballroom. Can't remember what it was.
Heck, I
Oh,
went live before the ballroom was done, Bonnie. Shh.
yeah, you
They
did.
spent all the money on the ballroom and shoot, I paid like $1.50 and I went live.
Oh, the the it was he hired a 26-year-old girl to be in charge of something with it, and she doesn't have any experience with art or whatever. I don't know.
Wonder what's the deadline. I'm pretty sure they got a deadline. I don't know if they would push to have it done this year, being the 250 to kind of tie it all together. I don't know, or whatever. I know they've got a, any project's got a deadline. Things can change. It could get pushed back, delays. Um,
Yeah, he
I haven't really
hired
looked in to see when it was supposed to be finalized.
he fired the first crew, then hired a second one. I,
Oh, could
I
you imagine literally getting Trump literally telling you you're fired in real life? You know what I mean? You'd probably like love it and hate it. Some people would love it and hate it at the same time.
I
You're fired. Get out of here. He literally just, you're fired me. Heck, I see just doing what I do electrical. I see the delays and setbacks on the smaller scale. So I could imagine, something like that. I mean,
Oh wow.
okay,
It,
end of the second term was the deadline. Oh, I'm pretty sure they'd be done with it by then. I would think. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've seen stuff about it, but I don't know how extensive it would be. Time
it's
frame and stuff. But I mean, I would assume just a general statement. Yeah, he would want it to be done while he's still in office. At least to have that. Heck, if I'm gonna build a ballroom, I'm gonna at least want to have a shindig in it while I'm still in office. I guess. I would
it's
think that way.
huge. It's big. It's beautiful. It's huge.
Well, when something's that big and beautiful, it takes time. It's
It's already cost double what they expected.
well, I guess it fits in with everything else. Some things are double. You know what I mean? Shoot,
Yep.
you might as well get the double because if you get the single, you're gonna have to pay the double price. Might as well just get the double.
Go big or don't go at all.
Yeah, go big or go home. Why not? Shoot, but no, I mean it's something like that. Certain projects. I mean, I imagine just from like a presidential standpoint, they would like to see it accomplished. Stuff like that. Some projects they take time. They're done over several presidencies. Certain projects or certain things,
Yep.
um, whatever they may be. We'll have to get out there one day in Washington and see what's going on up there. Never been to the nation's capital. I need to go up there and check it out. See what's happening.
So does anyone think that the next one is gonna undo the whole thing? Just
Well,
curious.
I don't necessarily think like, well, maybe not the whole thing, but there's always things, whatever they may be. uh, There's stuff added or there's stuff, taken away. I mean, there's always that for sure. But who knows? what was it, 2028? Still got a little grass in between.
That's what it just surprises me. If each president can do what they want to the White House, why would you go to such extreme when it can just be undone in the next term? It doesn't really make any sense. They're going to have one big bash there and poof. I don't know.
Well, I don't think it was something. Certain things that they definitely could, but I don't something like that. I don't think they would, especially maybe like all the investors and stuff that's invested money and stuff like that into it. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, like, even though it's at the White House, the People's House, stuff like that, just from like a corporation or a business standpoint, they probably already got like certain contracts and stuff. You know, like, hey, we'll have this, we'll have use of this for so and so function. We'll have use for so and so function. You know what I mean?
That's
Maybe
true.
certain contractual obligations they got to uphold as being a sponsor or a financier or a backer, whatever that may be. And of course, it'll be for any presidential or whatever type of event, any type of political event for that aspect. But I don't think they would change that. But like certain laws or stuff like that, they definitely could change. Or uh, sometimes they don't necessarily delete it. They just kind of they put their own little sauce on it. Whatever they
Their
see
touch.
fit. Yeah,
Yeah.
their touch.
Well, I know the Rose Garden has always been a issue with the first ladies. They each wanted it their way.
Shoot, they wouldn't want me as president. I'd have a full blown garden. I'm talking about vegetables and everything. You know what I mean? You have a garden at the people's house.
Right?
You can have the rose garden, but we got to have the eatable gardens too.
Feeding
You
the
can only do
home.
so much with the rose waters.
Yeah.
Zed, what's up, buddy? Yeah, that cabin at the lake don't sound too bad right about now.
Right?
Hope all is well in your neck of the woods.
I always wanted a houseboat.
Yeah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie and say I didn't think about that at one time. Downtown on the Riverwalk, there's people that's got houseboats. Some of them live in them full time. Some of them just have them, to have it.
Do I have any pets? I have one dog that I inherited, and when she's gone, no more. No more in the house. I'll have chickens and a cow.
There you go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back out whenever we got to go do that job for the couple that's got like the uh animal rescue kind of thing. That was fun being around the animals.
Yeah, I like doing that. I like going and helping with the horses. We've got two places that aren't real far with horses that I'm going to get to know those people, you know. But
Yeah, they were over there talking about the job and shoot, man. I was just over there and before I realized that all the animals was around me, I was like, man, it's like a Noah's Ark moment.
yeah, there used to be miniature donkeys that I could hear every so often down somewhere, but I haven't been hearing them anymore. Because I
All of them
remember,
were super friendly, but the donkey was one of the friendliest ones, man.
yeah, well, that's when all this first started, and people were like, "You need to see what animals are around you." And I said, "Wonder what donkey tastes like."
Oh man, shoot.
And
They're
they're
eating the
like,
swans. They're eating the donkeys. It's everywhere, I tell you. Oh,
and I
man.
was like, "No,
Trust me,
we
somebody somewhere has contemplated that thought.
we have enough deer to last a good while."
And they had one cow, and oh man, dude, he was like he was like one of those dogs. Like once you start petting them, you just open up a can of worms,
Oh, I
and it's
saw
like,
that.
and then his like was I guess he was just friendly and lovable anyway. But I guess his antlers, I mean not his antlers, but his horns was coming in. I guess or starting to come in or growing some. So of course, I
Mm,
guess they go through that stage where they just gotta, you know,
just keep scratching right there.
oh yeah, he was like a dog. But yeah, there was shoot, they had about one of everything.
Yeah,
Horses, chickens, goats, sheep, uh,
that
donkeys,
was cool.
potbelly pigs.
How big an area do you think that was?
Oh, they've got several acres. I forget. I don't know how far their property went, but
Okay.
I mean it was a good several acres. Um, it's hard to say. I don't know how far their property went because there was different fences and stuff around. But like I said, I was over there dealing with the animals. I would just let my coworker handle that type of talk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, shoot, but yeah, they had a good bit of property. I think the lady said it used to be her grandparents, or it's always been in the family. So they're still just keeping it going. It wasn't always not like a farm or nothing like they have it. It just kind of started out as like a couple animals, and then somebody will call them and say, "Hey, man, I know somebody's got some chickens that might need a home," and they'll bring them over there, and then it just kind of just, you know, it's not like official rescue or anything, but you know, I think one of them does medical, or one of them does like vet stuff or something. I forget which one of them did it. Something to that thing. But yeah,
Yeah. Wait, Zed. Bob is a cat, and that's a definite no. I'm very allergic to cats. So leave me no dang cat. No,
cat-free zone.
excuse me.
Just throw a whole handful of catnip in the air and hope for the best. See what happens.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Nope, no cats. We used to see a wild one every so often, but I haven't even seen them in quite a while, which is okay. They are good at keeping
Yeah,
snakes away, but so are peacocks or something. I can find something.
yeah, yeah. They will keep the critters away.
Yeah, there's a couple of peacocks somewhere over yonder too that I hear every so often.
There's a place not too far from here. I can't think of the name of it, but it's kind of like It's right on the water, so it got like cabins. You can go up there and like stay the weekend and or do different type of events. But they got animals. And I haven't been up there in a while, but they used to have a bunch of peacocks.
They are such good guard animals. You will know if somebody comes around instantly because they start screaming like,
It's an interesting creature. It's an interesting bird.
yep.
Peacocks. Probably could have gave it a better name, but it is what it is. It was good enough for NBC.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, you gotta keep your cat, man. Don't lose your cat.
Right? Gotta have someone to talk to on that long drive.
Get you like a little cat carrying case, I don't know if cats like that type of thing.
They get used to it pretty quick.
Cats kind of weird, they kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you could train a cat to do stuff like a dog, now that would be something else. I don't know if they really have that in them.
Sort of. I mean, I've seen a toilet trained cat that would use the toilet, not the litter
Hmm.
box, the toilet.
But there you go. There's hope. There's hope for the feline species after all. Oh man, I found out the hard way as a kid. We had this cat that came up, and I was like, man, it's kind of weird. This cat, wild cat. I said, it must have been somebody's or something, but it was friendly, super friendly. And then I think my mom put some food or water out there, so of course that didn't make it no better. And I said, I ain't never seen nobody walking the cat. So I had this little leash, and I put it on the cat. And as soon
Oh
as I
no.
put it on the cat and let go, and the cat realized that something was on his neck, oh man, that cat went crazy. And man, it ended up running. I forget. It ended up running up under the porch or deck or something and got tangled up. And then by that time, this cat's hooping and hollering. My mom's coming outside. What the heck's going on? And I said, well, I tried to walk the cat. The cat didn't like it. Now the cat's tangled up, so now I got to go get the cat untangled. And then she said something about, when the heck have you ever seen anybody walking a cat? And I'm like, well, I was trying to make it happen, and it didn't go as planned. Now I know why people don't do that. You know, I didn't know then. Now I know. But man, I caught hell trying to get that cat untangled underneath there. You know,
Dang.
I forget what I took. I took something under there with me, a piece of the lunch meat or something, bologna or something. But that didn't help. That cat wasn't having no part of that. Man, I think by the time I got through, it looked like I had done punched concrete. The cat, it was just. I don't think we ever saw the cat again after that. He said, "The hell with these folks. I'm moving on to the next people." This dude tried to put me Siegfried and Roy style.
Yeah. We lived in a apartment and my daughter had a black cat, but so right out the back door there was a storeroom And so that's where the cat stayed. The door would always stay open. That's where the litter box was. That's where the cat food was. The cat stayed in the store when it wanted to, or it
Yeah.
went outside. And for whatever reason, one of the neighbor ladies decided to tie that cat up to her porch post. It was not good. And, and she wouldn't let it loose. So the law had to come and tell her, "You moron. You can't do that."
Can't do it. They created a whole new law just for her after that day, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. Innovative. That's a good word for it. What?
Innovative, yeah. It's definitely some form of innovation. Renovation, desperation. I don't know. There was definitely some perspiration. It was the right combination of Asians, just the wrong formula. Didn't work out well.
Are you the only boy in your family?
No, there's
Like,
other boys in the world.
no, I mean of the siblings.
Yeah, you have the sibling type. Yeah, I'm the only boy. Yep, my dad's only child and my mom's only son. It's how it was destined to be. Seventh son of the seventh son.
I was just thinking,
It just was kind of weird how it worked out in my family. I mean, of course, I got a couple of nephews, and then I got one, I got one boy cousin, but just a weird situation of circumstances. Most of them all ended up being women, you know, female cousins and
huh,
or aunts and uncles that didn't have kids for whatever reason, you know. So that just eliminated them altogether. Yeah, it's weird. So it's like I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe it.
I had 3 boys, 3 girls. That's what everybody used
Oh,
to ask me. So which is easier, girls or boys? Well, until they're teenagers, girls are easier.
I can see that for the most part, you know. Of course, I don't have kids, but I can see, they both come with their own set of challenges,
Yeah.
especially at different ages, especially the teenage, there's definitely a big change once the teenage years hit, mentally, physically.
And my boys were always into something. I don't know. I think whenever they were teenagers, they learned how to hide it. And maybe that's what I thought they were being better behaved because girls didn't hide
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, shoot, my mom don't know.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
smarter than her. Shoot.
Yeah, there was one day I was driving through town and it was during school hours, and I see my son in a car with one of his friends. And I was like, oh, really? And they just like, they were trying to sneak by me, but they knew I saw them. And I said, oh, I can't wait to hear this story. Because I already knew the road they were coming off of. They had been to Austin.
Mm.
And so, yeah, he tried to tell me, oh, we just went to the convenience store to get some drinks. And well, I had already called the school. Which classes were missed? I knew how many hours he'd been gone.
Shoot. One thing I didn't ever do well. It might have been a day I just said I didn't feel good just because I didn't feel like going, but never really like skip. Never to go to school and then just leave or nothing. Shoot. It wasn't like living in the city. We lived in the country, so shoot, it was a good little ride before we got back home. So
Yeah.
there wasn't a whole bunch going on. I know people that did do it, but I said, the heck with it. I done came all the way here. Shoot, I ain't leaving till I leave for good.
Oh, I can remember walking miles because all of us lived in the country pretty much.
I did some walking in the country. It just wasn't a school. Then I remember there was this one kid I went to school and graduated with named Evan. He was a smart kid. We took a lot of the same classes together, but every year, at the end of the year when the kids get all the awards and everything, every year when we was getting our awards, one of the
Yeah.
ones he always got was perfect attendance. Every year he got perfect attendance, and then we graduated, he got like the ultimate the ultimate scholar award or whatever it was. He never missed a day of school ever from kindergarten until he graduated high school. I said, damn,
That's
this
pretty
kid, this
amazing.
kid got like the ultimate scholar award, the golden scholar. He was ahead of it. He knew the golden was coming. I think his mom wasn't a teacher, but she did like something for the. I think she worked at like the uh, what do they call it, school board or something.
Oh, yeah.
She did something for the school, but she wasn't a teacher, so she was there. So yeah, it's like having your mom as a teacher. You ain't missing no days.
Must not have ever got sick.
Shoot, no. If he did, I didn't never notice it. He never missed a day. Damn, I didn't even know that was possible. But every year I knew it was coming because every year he'd get the award for perfect attendance. So at that point, everybody was like, man, is he going to make it? So we're like kind of really rooting for him, like, come on, man, you can do it. You done made it this far. You can't get sick now, bro.
Right.
Only got one more year left. You'll be a senior next year. Yeah. Yeah, he graduated, and yeah, I forget it was like the Golden Scholar Award or something like that.
Mm.
Shoot. He probably had a sigh of relief once he graduated. He was like, "Ooh, can at least rest a little while now. Got a few months to rest. I can take a few months off before college."
Wonder how many of the
What's that?
I, I don't know. Once my girls, junior high, I could start seeing the change, and then just boom. And I don't know how I survived it. I was working hour and a half away from home. And so I get home from work. I think my daughter was in the seventh grade, something like that.
Yeah.
She meets me at the car. You need to call the police chief. And I'm like, why do I need to call the police chief?
Mm.
He'll explain to you. So I called him, and he said, "You're the one mother I did not have any way to get a hold of, and I am so thankful." And I'm like, okay, she's here and she's alive. What happened? And he said, 5 girls walked from the school and they were last seen at the river. And they had DPS, they had helicopters, they had everything searching for these 5 girls. And they were talking about dragging the river
Oh, dang.
when they finally found them. One of the mamas, they had to get an EMS for because she freaked. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it was, I think it was last week or the week before last, one of my coworkers, they had to evacuate and send the kids home from his daughter's school because they had a gas leak or something. And
Um,
nothing happened. I mean, I don't think there was no explosions or nothing like that. I think a couple people went to the hospital from like exposure or something, but I think they're okay. But
okay.
yeah, I think somebody started smelling gas or something and found out that it was more serious than they could handle right then, so they just went ahead and evacuated the school.
Dang. Huh.
That's the reports they were saying it was gas. But shoot, they got it set up with him. Shoot, anytime something happens, he gets a text, he gets an email, and then he'll get like a call. And unless it's like something specific, like, hey, come pick your, so and so is sick, hey, come, can you come pick up your kid? A lot of them is like a pre-recorded message they make right quick, like, hey, just to let you know, it'll be early release tomorrow or something like that.
Right. Yeah. The parent portal thing, I can see good and bad come out of it, I guess. Mostly good.
Yeah, you would want to have an open line of communication for whatever it may be. You don't
True.
want it to be always for the bad reason. You want it to be good, or you have the conversation to prevent something from being bad or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
There's pros and cons, definitely.
I don't know. I'm trying my hardest to keep my grandkids out of school. They really want to put them in school. No.
Yeah, two of my nephews, they've already graduated. I got my oldest niece. I think this is her last year. She's a senior this year, and then I got two younger, a niece and nephew. Shoot, they're just now starting out. They're still in elementary school, so they're just getting their journey going.
Yeah. I don't know. With all the things going on with schools now, I don't know.
I know there's pros and cons to everything. I know my oldest niece, she's always been in private school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she likes it for the most part. She did good at certain things, sports, and she did real good in grades. So
Yeah.
whatever she wants to do in college, it'll definitely help her out. Maybe.
Yeah. That's the way their mama was. She was into sports, she was into band, she was into FFA, everything. But, and she got scholarships for college.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what she wants to do, but there's definitely a way there for her. Whatever she wants to, it'll happen. There's a way for it to happen.
Yeah.
Everything has already been taken care of. They just got to go wherever they want to go.
Yeah. Yeah, Cheryl, that's what they tell me for socialization.
What's
Well,
that?
going to school. Well, I can remember 6 kids. I can't remember. Okay, maybe 2 of them got along pretty good with everybody, but the rest, there was fights, there was backstabbing friends, there were, I was like, it's where they learn all the bad stuff. I just don't know. I don't know that that's the good socialization.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it can make you tougher.
definitely
Yeah,
has pros and cons.
yes, to everything.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
like
make
heck. I forget. I
well.
was like heck. I had made it to middle school. Heck, I didn't even know that there was a whole family that lived on my road. And I would see them like sometime. I'm thinking, man, where are these kids at? I always thought they was like visiting. But shoot, come to find out, they live right down the road, but they were homeschooled. I
Uh-huh.
said, dang, they lived down here this whole time, and I didn't even know it. Yeah, I thought maybe they would just come out to see them. Maybe their grandparents or somebody lived there. I said, dang,
Yeah, that's my best friend from high school that we're still friends. We'd see each other at the bus stop every morning and every afternoon, but didn't realize, I can't remember how long it took to find out her backyard met up with my backyard. Didn't even know it.
I had something like that happen years later. It was heck, almost. I would. I didn't really think about it when it happened, but years later, when I met this girl, I ended up dating this girl. and she lived and didn't even know it. She lived like a couple houses up from me where we lived in the country, and I didn't ever know it. And then years later, we had to ended up meeting, and it was weird how we met and everything. And we started talking and telling her where I was at, and she was like, I used to live on so and so road and this and that. And I was like, well, I used to get on the bus stop so and so. She was like, yeah, I used to see y'all sometimes. And I was like, well, where'd you go to school at? And she went to a private school, one of
Yeah.
the private schools here. And I said, damn, that was weird that we lived right there, couple houses down the whole time. But it's out in the country, you know what I mean? The house is set back, you know, unless you know the people, you just ain't going up there. But I said, damn, what was the odds of that? Then years later, meeting again under weird circumstances, but it was cool. I thought it was kind of funny, all in the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have libraries here in my area. There's shoot, I have several. We got the main branch, which is downtown on the Riverwalk, but we have several. Uh, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 of them that I could think of.
Yeah. I think the schools still have libraries too. That
For what it was when I went to school and graduated, we had a pretty good library for what it was. You know,
yeah,
they had stuff on most subjects we needed to look up or certain things. You know.
yeah. I think parents are more aware and keeping an eye out of what the libraries have at the schools more now than they used to.
Yeah, I could see that.
Even when I worked at the town library, um, there was a kids section that they could go to, but their internet access, it was limited. It was, well, we even walked behind them to see what they were looking at. Kept a pretty close eye on them too.
Man, yeah, I remember in high school. I graduated in 2007, so didn't have smartphones until then. But we had computers and stuff in class. Nothing fancy, you know. There were some classes we had like modules where we had like laptops, but everything was like still desktops. But we figured out that we could get on like Facebook. Facebook had just came out then, so we could get on like certain sites and we could like message people. You know, if you didn't have a phone or nothing, you could message the person, you know, whatever, and see what was going on. But
Yeah,
somehow they figured out that we was getting on Facebook, so they had the people block the Facebook site where you couldn't go on it directly. But my buddy, damn, what was his last name? I can't remember. His name was Brian. He was real smart with the computers and stuff, so he found this site. It was like a search engine site. You could go to it and go to that site first, and then search in Facebook, and you could log on to it then. So they ended up having to do some other new little system and everything. But yeah,
kids are going to find a way. If there's a way,
yeah, he was real good with computers. He ended up going into the military after graduating. I didn't never think he would have went into the military, but that's what he chose to do. He's made a career out of it.
oh wow. I wonder if he works in comms.
Yeah, yeah, he took that over. Yeah, he took the interest he had in computers and stuff, and he does something with computers or communications or something.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate that, Mary Freeland. It might be something you might start seeing more of. Who knows? But I appreciate it, and you have a good evening. good
And I,
night.
and I agree.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be winding it down. Just a few minutes. Probably cut it off at the about 5 minutes. Get everybody time to wind down, think about it. Any last minute thoughts, reflections, interpretations, projections? It's encouraged. Man, look, we said we're shutting it down, and we got a couple viewers, man. Dang, they showed up for the last call.
Well, that's a lot of times. The later it gets, the more people show up.
Yeah, the West Coast crowd starts getting a whiff because it's
Yep.
going on. It's 1:59 here, East Coast Standard Time, so it's like what going on 11 West Coast.
Let's see. You're 1:12. No, it's 10:59. So
Yeah,
right at
about to be
11.
11 on the West Coast.
Yep.
Already had our Canadian correspondent check in.
I'm
Yep,
glad you're live. This.
yep. 3.5 hours in. What? 44 and a half more to go in the 44-hour marathon escapade. Watts Worldathon. We can do it. Yeah, I got to check and see. I don't never use the StreamYard much, so unfortunately I'm kind of used to it. Check it out and see how it's going. Morning. Man, Pilgrim done woke up. Shoot, we've been on for a minute. Shoot, Pilgrim done took a nap, woke back up. Man, glad you can
Yep.
make it, man. Definitely.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. It's, I mean, there is. Took me, I had to write it all down step by step. This is what you
It happened. Bonnie was the first ever guest on Watts World,
do.
That happened. One step closer to having Elon Musk as a guest. Get him on here and see what's going on in his brain. See if I can't pick it, unlock it.
Oh, Brew. That's sweet.
And the time zones, you know what I mean? You got to figure in all the time zones. You never know what's going on.
Yeah.
You're having coffee and winding down. Meanwhile, the other time zone, they're just having they're just getting into supper. They don't even know what's happening over there. They ain't even had dessert yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, back in the old days, I
Yeah.
guess was younger or when I didn't have as much to do, something goodness, we'd stay live till 4, 6 a.m., whatever. But now, man, I am fighting at 2 a.m. to stay awake. Like,
Happens to the best of us.
but I have a lot more to do now than I used to.
Yeah, unfortunately, adulting does call.
Yep.
You made it to this level, you got to do some form of adulting to keep it all going.
Yeah, and it was easy to stay in bed till noon back then, and no, too much to do before noon.
Man, if I stay into the bed till noon now, I feel like the whole day's gone. I just like, man, I might as well just go back to bed. I've missed everything.
It was kind of that way.
Like, shit, the heck with it. I might as well sleep another 5 hours and just get up tonight.
I remember Shane, he'd wake up at 3 in the afternoon or something, and I'd be like, goodness.
Oh yeah, he would do one. Yeah, he'd pull out the 10-gallon hat and go to work for a couple hours.
Yeah.
No shame.
Yeah. It's a mess.
Well, we done made it 3.5 hours. I didn't think that we'd go this long, but we made it happen. We survived, you know? No fatalities, no major technical difficulties. You know, everybody kept their hands and feet inside the ride. We made it successfully.
You did it, what?
I appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching. Let me see if I can't drop I'll put the link in the, whoops, almost hit the wrong button there for a minute. I'll put the link in the chat if anybody wants to come back and chit chat in the back for a few minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up. And I appreciate everybody for being here. Definitely do. Definitely probably start doing some more lives. See how it goes. Nothing set in stone. It may just be random. Who knows? But yeah, appreciate you, Bunny, for being here. Everybody in chat. Hope
Thank
y'all
you
have
for
a
having.
blessed night, a blessed morning.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night, everybody.